Live. Do it.
Welcome.
Yeah. We almost had the intro right there.
Yeah, next time maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stairway to Cinema episode 4, Dirty Irish 22, along with Almond. Here we go. Into the Spider-Verse.
I'm up with it. Okay, I think this time I don't have any news either, except from the one you sent to me, which is Paul Dano as the Riddler.
Yeah.
I find that pretty awesome because
Fucking A.
I haven't seen him in a movie in a while.
I was just gonna say he doesn't get a lot of roles, and I think it's because of his weird face. I know a lot of people aren't gonna say that, but I mean the dude's got an interesting face. You know, it's almost like a plastic surgery face right out of the womb. But great actor. I've always liked that actor.
True. Yeah.
Great actor.
I was wondering how old is he, because he was already in There Will Be Blood, and that's from 2007.
All right, I can't remember like the first time I saw him, but I think the first time I saw him was Little Miss Sunshine, which I loved him in. You know, I love that movie anyway. But
I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Greg Kinnear. You know, I was just telling you last week about how I love watching a man melt down in a movie. I just love it. You know, dudes just losing their shit. Not like to the point of blowing shit up, but just losing it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Greg Kinnear, fantastic in that movie. Toni Collette, really good in that movie.
She's always great, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the first time I ever saw Paul Dano, but when I saw that, I had to share it with you because I think we were just talking about it because of Jonah Hill. Yeah,
and I'm glad that it's not Jonah Hill, actually, because I mean, he's a very good actor, but for me, he's not the Riddler type. Also, I mean, like you told me that he was demanding like 20 million, I think.
He wanted 10 million for the movie, and Pattinson is getting 5. So it makes no sense.
That doesn't seem right.
No. And I just don't think, I mean, I get why he's making the power play, because he's coming off, you know, I haven't watched it yet, but the mid-90s thing, you know, he's got a little play there, I think. But
yeah, but he's not in the film. He directed
it. He's not in it, yeah. And it's been a long time since Wolf of Wall Street, so I feel like, I don't know, he hasn't really been in much lately, you know, so.
Yeah, I mean, War Dogs, but that's 20.
And that was kind of a bomb.
16.
Yeah, I think that was kind of in the theater, you know.
He's not like the superstar he pretends to be, it seems like.
Yes. I think, well, I think that Wolf of Wall Street, you know, hanging around Leo a little too much there, you know. I think if you do a Scorsese movie, it has to go to your head a little bit, so.
Yeah, also he was in Moneyball alongside Brad Pitt.
Yeah, there's another one. That's another one. I don't like the movie just because I don't like the Billy Bean storyline, but
I actually like the film.
Brad Pitt's good in it. I love Brad Pitt in it, and Jonah Hill was good in it too, because that was before Wolf of Wall Street.
That
was kind of like
2011.
That was before, right? Yeah.
Yep.
2014, I think was.
Also,
Wolf.
Chris Pratt is in that, and he's pretty good.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I was always hoping that he would be the next Indiana Jones. That would be cool.
Yeah, it's almost a little too close. I feel like he's kind of like...
It's kind of too obvious.
Yeah, there you go. It's a great... Yeah, because Star-Lord and the Jurassic World character, they're so similar. He might be a one-trick pony. I hate to say it, maybe. I don't know, but he's...
You mean like that he's always playing the same character?
Possibly, yeah. But it's a really good character. It's a really good character. It's kind of like Harrison Ford, though. Harrison Ford didn't really stretch it until later on. So.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't consider Harrison Ford like best actor ever. Like he's good at what he does, but he's not an Oscar-worthy.
That's why I make the comparison. I don't know if Chris Pratt will be. I don't know. I mean, do you nominate Chris Pratt for Star-Lord? Don't know.
No.
Don't know. It was an emotional scene with his mom, but I don't know if we could, stretch it that far. But that's what I mean. Like he plays it perfectly. I think that character. Like you could say the same for like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Like,
I think most of the people in the MCU are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Almost perfect.
Ryan Reynolds is a strange exception because it really is Deadpool, like just bled for him. I mean, you can make the same. Because I'm an MCU fanboy, but that's a special role right there. The Ryan Reynolds Deadpool thing. It's a special even though I didn't really like Deadpool 2 that much.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't like Deadpool 1.
I love Deadpool 1. I love Deadpool 1. I think Deadpool 1 is smart, whereas Deadpool 2 kind of just. I do like Juggernaut though. I mean, Juggernaut was and Colossus. I mean, the Colossus Juggernaut thing is, that was like the first time you really saw good X-Men, on the screen. I think.
Didn't you say that you didn't like Cable?
Mm-mm. Like not at all. Like not at all.
So I thought it was pretty badass.
I mean, but that's a comic book thing, and I don't want to be that guy because I don't want to be the comic book guy that's like, well, actually in the comics. No, I don't want to be that guy, but Cable is a special character to me. So you got it. But that's the thing is Brolin did it so well with Thanos, but I credit that to the MCU and not Fox. I think Fox, they tried to make Cable a little too, I get what you're doing, Cable, Deadpool, to play between the two. It's like that in the comics, you could say that, but Cable's a fucking fucked up character, and I just wanted to see a little bit more of that. Just a little bit more of that. He needs they even sprinkled a little bit of the Hope stuff in there, which is a huge storyline that I'm not even going to go into, but that's like one of the best storylines of Cable is him on the search for this little girl, Hope. So it's awesome that they sprinkled it in there, but I needed a little bit, and I don't know if he's big enough. He doesn't look big enough to me. The arm was okay. I don't know. Maybe a second viewing might be good because I've only seen it once. I admit.
Yeah, me too.
I admit.
Dude, it's so good to have you on this show because I ain't knowing shit about comics.
Comics are essential, man.
No idea. Yeah, essential. I mean it's good if you read them before you watch the movie. But...
Well, just remember too. Now, I mean, it's not all superhero. I always tell everybody it's not all superhero. Yeah, there's such great, amazing, mature, fucked up fucking comics out there, and now the world is starting to see them because there's so many getting optioned off for movies and TV now, which is fucking awesome. For the collectors out there.
I'm not really interested in the comics. Strangely, there's I'm not a huge reader anymore. I used to be. But there's one comic I really like to have. Django and Zorro.
Oh yeah.
Written by Tarantino.
I remember when that came out. Like it was on the shelf. I almost bought it, but I didn't.
That looks amazing to me.
Yeah, but when I say reading comics, I'm all digital these days. I don't buy comics anymore. So the idea of reading a comic, I'm not going to do that anymore because there's too much of a collector in me. I'm like, I'm going to fuck it up, which fucks you up. You shouldn't really view a piece of paper like that. But if that collector bug grabs you when you're a child, then you're fucked up. There's nothing you can do. Same thing with collecting cards or models or whatever. You just the pop figures that people are all crazy about these days.
Actually,
don't take it out of the box.
Yeah, right. I actually like having physical copies of movies. That's why last week I ordered 3 movies.
Oh.
On
Blu-ray.
Two of them are Blu-ray. One is DVD. I watched not I watched, but I ordered The Fighter.
Holy shit.
Christian Bale. It cost me $3 because it's there's a website where you can buy used movies people already owned and stuff, and they're pretty cheap. So $3 for The Fighter is amazing. I think on Blu-ray.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to it because I'm a big Christian Bale fan. So.
Well, it's cool because I freaking just watched that too. I freakingly just watched it about 2 months ago. I just watched that movie because everyone raved about it when it came out, but I was like, Wahlberg, what the fuck ever. It's pretty fucking good. Christian Bale that's a demanding performance to watch there.
Best role, by Bale.
I really liked him in Hostels.
Hostel's amazing.
Underrated. I loved Hostels. Speaking of Hostels, just real quick, got a donation of bits from my cousin on stream here. Thank you there to C. Spinuzzi for the bits, which actually segues in. He just saw Joker and he doesn't like Hostels. He didn't like Hostels at all, so I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Since he
I mean, it's a slow burn, kind of.
It is a slow burn, but man, that ending, not to spoil anything, but it fucking brilliant to me. I thought the ending was so good. There was a part in that movie I didn't like, and it was Rosamund Pike. There's a scene in there.
I'm not a huge fan of her, actually.
I only liked her in Gone Girl. You know, I only liked her in Gone Girl.
I mean, yeah, right.
Everything else, she just seems fucking so ordinary to me. There's just nothing special about her on screen. I hate saying that. Like, it's so critical, but it's true.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I don't think she's bad, but
the ending was the
not really interesting. Actually, I think. Am I alone with that opinion? But I really like slow movies.
Oh, so do I. Yeah.
I mean,
long movies, slow movies,
yeah.
a little bit slower burn. You know.
I mean,
depends on what it is.
2049, man. That's slow.
Yeah, but I'm just such a freak about that universe that I didn't. You know, like you probably feel the same. I don't consider it slow. It's just. But to other people, I could see it that it's slow. You know.
Every frame is like a wallpaper, so it's just like never boring. Actually,
Tarantino's a very slow.
Yeah, that's true.
Long shot, fucking wide shot director. You know, a lot of our directors actually. I mean, you can kind of tell just from the directors we like that.
Paul Thomas Anderson is slow.
Yeah, P.T. Anderson, Villeneuve. Like however you said.
Villeneuve. I think.
Nolan, I think a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, but
he's a little bit more
in some movies.
His pace, I think, is better, but Prestige, I think, was a little slow.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. A lot of people I talked to didn't like the Prestige because they said it was slow. But
it's my second favorite by Nolan.
Right? Yeah, I love the Prestige. My girl actually just said that she's never seen it.
That movie is like.
She'll probably say it's terrible. She thinks most movies are terrible unless it has fucking Thor in it, you know.
But people like twists. You know?
That's a good twist too, but a lot of people don't get that twist too at the end of Prestige. They don't really.
Even though I think it's fairly easy to understand if you paid attention.
Right. Great movie. Great movie.
True. I have to see Memento again, I think, because I don't appreciate it as much as I should do, probably, because everybody is telling me how amazing it is.
Yes.
And I'm the one that's like, yeah, it's all right, you know.
I've seen it. I think I've seen it like maybe 4 or 5 times, and I think each viewing I'm like, ooh, you know, just little things, little tiny things that get in your head, and you're like, oh my god, that was so fucking good, and just. It's not even a long movie either. No. Memento.
Also, I'm actually a fan of Guy Pearce. So.
Yeah, I truly believe it's one of the best movies ever made. One of the best movies ever made. They're supposed to be redoing it though, which I think is weird. I think that's fucking weird. I don't.
Yeah. Also, Chris Nolan is writing the remake,
which is even weirder. Sure. You're the one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's directing it too, but yeah, that's pretty strange.
Weird. Yeah.
Because I don't see it being necessary. Because that movie isn't like it's not even that old. It's 20 years old. Also, like why remaking a movie at all? That's already, I mean, perfect for most people, not for me. Like because it's been a while and I can't really remember anything. So I'm not the one to judge that film.
It would be perfect then to watch it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Totally. Perfect timing to watch it again. Just dive in. It like I said, it's quick. It's not even a long movie. You know.
Okay, I think we can like move on to what we watched last week because it's actually, I watched Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. Does that mean you followed it up with The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises?
Not yet, but I will. Probably,
You're gonna though, huh? Yeah.
My dad actually bought Batman Begins in 4K, so I thought, why not? You know.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, dude, that movie is fucking great.
It's pretty good, huh? I mean, I've always been a bigger fan of Batman Begins. I think that's the best movie out of the 3 of them, actually. It's just a personal preference of mine. I mean,
they're all great. I think most people give Rises more shit than it deserves.
Oh, Rises is great too. Yeah.
I feel like before I watched it again, I gave Batman Begins 8 out of 10. Now it's a 9 out of 10 because that movie is almost perfect.
Yep.
It's so clever yet kind of simple in the structure, but it's just the pace, the structure. It's all so good in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I found it weird. I noticed that the first time that Oh, thanks for the host. Almost every main character in that film, like they're all American, but almost every main character is played by someone from the UK.
Right.
Which I find super weird in a way.
Isn't Christopher Nolan from the UK? I think he is.
I don't think he is, actually.
He's not?
I don't know. I mean,
maybe
it
he
would
just
make
likes
sense.
British people.
Christopher Nolan. Gotta Google that.
I mean, let's face it.
Well, he's British American.
If you were casting a movie, though, I think like a big part of the cast is going to be from the UK as well. So just throwing that out there. I think you like the Brits, the UK people.
The UK has like plenty of amazing actors.
Mm-hmm. But are they good actors, or does the sound of their dialect sound good? That's a question as old as time. Is Judi Dench really that good, or is it her voice is better?
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever watched a movie with Judi Dench.
Oh, you gotta watch Dame Judi Dench, the Meryl Streep of the UK. You know. No, I actually think she's pretty good.
She will be in Artemis Fowl, and
I just saw a preview of that. I don't know.
That movie looks shit as fuck. I'm a big fan of the books, and that movie looks like a total rape.
So you like young adult books, then?
That's not a young adult book.
It's a young. I think that's a YA, bro. Yeah.
But it's way better than most.
And I know you like Harry Potter, so there's Harry Potter, Artemis Fowl, you know.
That's what I grew up with. So yeah.
Hunger Games, probably.
No, I don't like it. I read the books, Hunger Games, and I actually was kind of disappointed by the movies because I expect them to be more brutal.
Okay, right. Are they really brutal in the books?
Yeah, the books are pretty brutal. Yeah, but the movies, okay. I don't know.
Sorry to get you off track.
In theater, what?
I'm sorry to get you off track. I just completely derailed your.
So Batman Begins was a total blast. I enjoyed it from start to finish, basically, because it's been a while, you know. Mm-hmm. You forget a lot of things. I watched another superhero movie, another Batman movie actually, because my brother gifted me for my birthday Batman: The Killing Joke.
Oh,
the animated movie.
Okay. Controversial animated movie.
It's kind of mediocre, but it has good moments. It's like I feel like they didn't use the whole potential of the comics, but I didn't read it, but the movie felt a little
Look at
weird.
You speaking on the comics. Look at you,
in the movie you clearly see that stuff is missing. It feels really rushed. It feels really rushed. What's happening? But you got Mark Hamill as Joker, which is fantastic, of course. Mm-hmm. Like when the Joker shows up, the movie gets a lot better.
It's one of the best comics ever written, by the way. The Alan Moore.
I heard the comic is amazing.
Killing Joke. He's the guy that wrote V for Vendetta and Watchmen and. Very crazy kind of guy, and he's
a genius.
He is a genius, but he's crazy too. Like he won't even talk about if you made his book into a movie, he won't recognize you at all. Like he has a problem with things. Like he's got issues, but incredible writer. Incredible writer. The reason why it's controversial is they added the Batgirl stuff. Now I haven't even seen it yet.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably the worst part of the movie.
Apparently, like, there's a little Batgirl rapey stuff in there.
Yeah, it is.
Which I don't know why they put that in there. It's kind of odd. If it's not in the comic, why would you put it in? You know, I can get that controversy there. I can.
Also, it's the beginning is told from her perspective, and it's kind of. I mean, every scene with Batman, you clearly see that Batman is way cooler. Mm-hmm. And you just ask yourself, why am I following Batgirl in this story?
Yeah, it seemed like they really dropped the ball because of that Batgirl thing. I mean, maybe they were trying to give a little bit more backstory because spoilers, but she does get shot. It's
but I think
that's story.
Yeah, right.
Did that add to the meat of it? Maybe because in the Killing Joke, like in the comic book, she's Batgirl, blah blah blah. As the comic book reader, you get it, you understand what the impact is. Maybe as a film, did they add that to add effect? You think?
I don't know.
Just fucking diving deep already. You know what I mean?
Another good thing about it is the voice actor of Batman, Kevin Conroy, is amazing. Actually.
Yeah,
never heard of him before. He's really good.
Actually, hailed as top Batman for a lot of people is that Kevin Conroy. You might want to go down the the rabbit hole of the DC animated movies. They're pretty good.
I actually thought about ordering Dark Knight Returns 1 and 2 because those movies on IMDb have 8.0 and 8.4, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that Dark Knight Returns is another one of those great Batman stories.
It's one of the it's Batman '89, loosely based on it. Batman v Superman, loosely based on it. You know, it's one of the Killing Joke came after, but The Dark Knight Returns is what brought Batman back from the dead, both on comics and in film. It's one of the greatest stories ever told in comics. Frank Miller, Sin City 300. You know, it's enough said right there. So,
have you seen the Dark Knight Returns animated movies?
I have. Yeah, I actually like those. Yeah.
Okay.
I think all the DC, not all, some of them aren't that great, but DC animated movies. Which is funny because we're actually talking about an animated movie, not from DC, but DC actually leads the charge in terms of like how much animated movies they put out comic book wise. Marvel really hasn't done that much because they don't really need to, you know. So. But did you like The Killing Joke?
I give it a 5. It's okay. It's not very long, so it's not boring or anything, but it just didn't feel as like it's not very overwhelming or as spectacular as I expected because I always heard that Killing Joke was a fantastic comic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was
kind
a long
of
time ago. It was a long time ago though too. Like there's a lot of nostalgia when people talk about comics. So
yeah,
you know, a lot of that stuff is kind of dated. Like even with Dark Knight Returns, there's going to be some weird shit in there that you're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
just got to go with it.
You know me, I'm not a huge animation fan, so.
Right. Neither am I, honestly. I mean, I used to be big, into a lot of animated features, but it's like you gotta be in the right mood because I don't know. I'll start a lot of these animated features, and I'll get like 10, 15 minutes in, and I'm like, I just don't really want to watch a cartoon right now. I don't want to call them cartoons, but let's face it, it's cartoons.
I very much prefer seeing actors because as you know, I'm a huge fan of actors.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's done mature, there's still something about you'd rather see live action because I'm with you. I'd rather see live action, but this particular film, that we're gonna be talking about is kind of a different fucking realm of fucking animation. Yeah. I mean, it kind of is like you need more of this kind of animation from Spider-Verse. But what the fuck else have you been watching?
Okay, one sec. Can you ask the question my brother's asking?
Let's see, Cran Kessow.
That's not how you say it, but it doesn't matter.
I'm sure he loves it the way I just said it, though. Right. Ask if Men in Black was a comic. Was Men in Black a comic?
Because he's watching the animated series of Men in Black, and he really likes it. And he was wondering if there was a comic before that.
I'm pretty sure it was based on a comic book, yeah. I don't think it wasn't a book. It was a comic, I'm pretty sure. Back in the day. I'm pretty sure. Shit, I could be wrong, man. Fuck.
But I watched more stuff, of course.
I think it was maybe a fucking graphic novel, honestly. But sorry.
Okay. Actually, by the way, fun fact. Speaking of our last episode, I dropped the rating on Joker to a 9 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because I don't know, you just seemed a little indifferent with your 10 out of 10 last time.
Yeah. Wasn't really convinced by myself.
Well, it might be different next week too because you're seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. So the second viewing, I don't think it'll bump it back up. I think it's either going to stay at 9 or it's going to drop to an 8. That's my prediction. Because I think I'd put a solid 8 on Joker. Yeah.
Okay, speaking about an 8, I watched a documentary, which doesn't happen that often.
Oh, and by the way, not to cut you off, but the reason for the 8 is because I wanted more violence. So that's just how twisted of a fucker I am.
Because you're crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted more. I'm the the white male that the movie is targeting to go
of course
attack everybody. I'm Joker basically.
Okay. So I watched a documentary. I don't watch documentaries very very often because only if I watch a lot of YouTube stuff that like people talking about movies and stuff, and if they recommend a documentary, then I'm interested. But I'm not just browsing through Amazon Prime and looking for some documentary I can watch. But this documentary has actually 8.5 on IMDb, and It's Senna, about Formula One driver Ayrton Senna, and it's a pretty good documentary, despite the fact that I'm really not interested in racing sport at all. But it's a pretty good documentary. Like, can't really talk much about it. It's just good. Like, I mean, documentaries are always hard to rate, I feel, because it's a totally different experience.
Yeah, I figured I'd just let you roll with the whole Senna documentary thing there.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing real to talk about.
I kind of snuck in like 4 vapes in there real quick just because I'm not really a big race guy either.
Yeah, but the documentary actually works without you being a fan of it. Like
I've seen that like, that cover, I don't know how many times on Netflix, Senna. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I know exactly what you're talking about, but it was really good.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it focuses really on him and a conflict between him and another driver and stuff. It's like not much about the racing itself, which I find pretty cool.
And what kind of cars? Is it Formula One? Is that the focus? Okay. Did it make you want to watch Rush after?
No, but of course I thought about Rush. Yeah. But I mean, I don't see the point in racing really.
No point.
No, it's not like
I love this.
I don't want to.
There's no point in racing, I
mean, there's no point to any sport when you like, but I'm still hyped for Ford versus Ferrari, but that's kind of different. I think that's a 24 hours race.
Yes. I'm really hyped for that too, because you're actually the person that told me that was a thing. I went out and I watched the trailer. I just fucking opened YouTube and I watched the trailer. It was fucking awesome. I can't wait to see that movie because it just looks fun. It looks like a fun fucking ride.
Also, you got 3 actors that I really like: Matt Damon, Christian Bale, and John Bernthal. So,
and Christian Bale is doing an awesome accent in this movie. I don't know if you've caught it, but
yeah. I told you about it. I'm not good at that.
He's bringing a new dialect with his UK shit. And I just love it. I love Christian Bale is
he's
a
generally
master class.
Really good at that thing. Yeah.
He's a master class in being able to get the dialects right, I think.
Okay, next movie. I
watched
a movie called Sorry to Bother You.
Oh, the weird movie where the guy talks. No, I'm thinking of the wrong one. No, wait.
Yeah, I think you're getting it. Yeah.
The black man that disguises his voice as a white man, right?
Yeah.
To get sales.
Yeah, right.
And then it goes really off the rails.
The movie gets so insane.
Yes.
Like yes. I didn't know what I was watching.
Right.
In the end, it's you've seen it?
No, I haven't. But I know exactly what happens because I caught it on a spoiler on one of the fucking Watch Mojo fucking lists.
I mean, the movie starts off fairly normal. It's kind of weird, but it's not like super unrealistic. And then at the end, it's just batshit crazy. Also, it's a pretty good comedy, I think. Armie Hammer is hilarious in that movie. Because he's like the boss of a corrupt company and he's just fucking insane. It's pretty good.
Even, I mean, is it good like with the crazy shit that happens at the end? Like I already know it's really off and weird there.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I mean, it's not a movie people are crazy about seeing probably.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to accept some things.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's okay. I mean, it was a little bit too weird for my taste.
Okay. Fair enough. What's the rating on that? What do you give that?
6.
A 6?
6 is mostly been in my like. A 6 is still good. Like
6 is watchable, or 5 is watchable.
More than watchable, I think.
Oh, okay. 4 is watchable, maybe.
I'd say 4 is already mediocre. 3 means bad. 2 means very bad, and 1 means absolute garbage.
1 is like turn it off after 5 minutes.
Yeah, something like Last Airbender, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Or Batman and Robin.
After Earth was the
movie.
Or
After Earth is also
After Earth, I don't think I made it 15 minutes. I've still never finished it.
I watched the whole thing.
I really kind of want to finish the whole thing because I was like, I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, because I was kind of hyped a little bit. I was like, yeah, this could be good. Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit, because it's Will Smith.
But dude, even before that, M. Night proved that he's like kind of bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes
the problem is that the problem with M. Night is that like I'm still in the camp that he can still make a good movie if he fucking just gets away from his weird. I can't really put a finger on what's wrong with M. Night, but he drives me
really
crazy.
Strange because he has the talent to make a good movie. Because I think Unbreakable and Sixth Sense are really, really good.
And Split was pretty good.
Yeah,
was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was good. And honestly, you know,
Glass is also not bad. Like, it's not a horribly made movie. It's just like
I gotta disagree. I think Glass is just
but like from overall quality of the like camera and stuff, it's not
right.
It's not an After Earth or The Happening that just looks horrible.
The Happening is so bad.
The Happening looks like a TV movie made by students or something.
Have you seen? You haven't seen The Happening, have you?
I have seen it this year, actually.
Oh, it's so bad, dude. I love Zooey Deschanel too, but man,
it's kind of hilarious actually how bad it is.
Yeah, the acting. I don't know. Like you wonder, is this intentional when you're watching it? Like, who directed these two? Like Mark Wahlberg, especially with his eyes all open and shit, and when he's trying to talk, it just. Like from the moment in the classroom when the movie opens and he's like talking to his classroom, it just didn't buy it at all. It just horrible movie.
He did convince me as a teacher.
Oh, it's so bad, dude. Oh man.
Okay, let's not talk about bad movies.
Yeah, we could talk about M. Night.
I watched Prospect.
Hang on a second. What about Signs? Do you like Signs?
I haven't seen it. That's Mel Gibson, right? No, Nicolas Cage.
Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson.
Okay. I heard that's not that bad, actually.
But see, I was going to tell you, though, I'm actually a fan of The Village. And I know a lot of people don't like The Village.
I know the twist for that, which seems kind of odd. But
the twist is very odd, but I actually thought, like, at the core, it's a fucking good movie. It's kind of a bummer that it gets... I think that's an unwarranted hate on The Village. I'll say that right now. I think The Village is pretty good. Good acting too. Like, I mean, you're a fan of acting. Like, Joaquin Phoenix, William Hurt, Sigourney Weaver.
That's okay.
All-star cast. Bryce Dallas Howard.
I didn't expect Joaquin Phoenix actually.
Yeah, Joaquin is in it. Adrian Brody and Joaquin deliver some killer performances too. So.
Okay.
Recommended. I kind of want to see what you think. Like after Signs and maybe The Village, if you get a chance to catch those, because those are two movies again that kind of make me indifferent with M. Night. Like I feel like he is capable of making good movies.
Yeah, he's not a David Ayer, like you know. Although okay, David Ayer made a good movie. So
David Ayer is going to be the guy we talk about every episode. I think.
And Sam Worthington.
Yeah. I actually have to talk about Sam Worthington, but go ahead.
Okay, I watched a movie called Prospect, which is a low-budget space western movie with Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah, I saw the cover for this. Okay.
And that movie is also 6 out of 10, but I think it's actually good. It's just not enough for a 7. I think it's a very visually that movie is amazing. The props, the costumes, the guns, all the stuff they're using, it looks really, really good. Also.
Doesn't look cheap or anything.
Like no complaint. But like it's an hour 40, and for that it's very slow and doesn't even have it has no plot at all, kind of. Like there's not much happening, but I still liked it. Like it definitely is something different from what I've seen before.
I mean,
because space western is something I've probably never seen before.
You didn't watch the Serenity movie or
no, I haven't.
Firefly or any of that stuff. I kind of think Guardians of the Galaxy is a little space western in a way. It's got that feel to it, but it's different though.
The Mandalorian will be that, I think.
It does look like a space western. Yeah, it does kind of have that feel. I'm excited about that. It's only a month away.
Oh yeah. All right. You fuck. I watched another movie that was kind of mediocre, or it wasn't bad, but it was really whatever. Bloodfather with Mel Gibson.
Bloodfather.
Yeah.
Bloodfather?
Yeah, Bloodfather.
Man, wait a minute.
By the way, his daughter is played by Starlight from The Boys. which was interesting.
Was this like named something else? No, this is Bloodfather. This is a movie called Bloodfather. Okay.
Yeah, it's a super average thriller. It feels like Mel Gibson is playing himself because he's like a former alcoholic that's now, sober and stuff. It's kind of strange. I mean, William H. Macy's in it, Diego Luna. It's okay. Like,
Edge of Darkness is the movie I was thinking about that I got confused with this movie. I thought it was similar, I think. I've never seen either one, though, to be honest. So I'm just scrolling.
I'm not a huge fan of that genre, actually. It's kind of bland.
You don't like the guy that loses the daughter?
He's not losing his daughter. He's like
reunites with his...
Yeah. It's really not like...
to protect her from drug dealers that are trying to kill her. Okay. It's kind of generic, yeah.
Totally.
Do you not like drug movies? Are you not a drug cartel kind of guy?
That's not the problem. This just like offers nothing new. It's like a movie you have seen multiple times before because like same stuff is happening. Okay. It's not bad though. It's like it's not an awful.
Is
movie.
Mel Gibson good in it? At least.
Yeah. I mean It's not fantastic, but he's like pretty good. Yeah.
So 6 is worth a watch then, you would say.
No, 5 is worth a watch.
Oh, 5 is worth a watch.
Bloodfather is a 5.
Okay.
It's really average and whatever, but it's watchable. Okay, and the last movie I watched was actually wait, let me check that. Last movie I watched, which is the third one I ordered last week, made it to my 6th place of this year actually.
Oh shit! Now for the year?
Yeah, this year. It's a 9 out of 10.
You have a list of things for the year? I love it. All right.
Of course.
What do you got?
It's a French movie called La Haine.
Jesus, come on, Amon. This is why I like you, is you don't do foreign movies. What's the name of this again?
Okay, in English it's Hate.
Okay, Hate.
It's starring Vincent Cassel, and it's a really good movie.
We're gonna type in Vincent Cassel. What is this movie about then?
It's just 2.5 hours of like French ghetto experience with 3 like poor bastards. It's really good. It's really authentic. It feels really cool.
La Haine?
Really, yeah, La Haine or La Haine.
So it's called The Hate in American then?
Or just Hate, I think.
La Haine.
It's really, really good. You see 8.1.
Black and white? Oh, this is old school, dude. Shit.
That movie is really, really good. I can highly recommend that to you.
Young Vincent Cassel there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, 1995 and 8.1 on IMDb. Holy shit. Now, do you speak French?
No. I watched it in German.
Oh, okay.
Because German dub is really good. So for English movies, I prefer English, of course.
I can't remember the last time. I used to watch dub stuff when I was like looking for anime to watch back in the day.
You know, that's like dub is like so common in Germany.
Right.
I watched Joker in German. Like, it's not even like
okay.
It's not that bad. The German dub is probably the best of the world, actually.
Interesting.
But tomorrow I will watch it in English, actually, which makes it another like a different experience, I think.
God, that's such a mind fuck. I wonder, like, just because a dub can really probably ruin. Not with you, because
in Germany are really good.
Not with you, because I think you know that maybe a dub could fuck it up. Like, you maybe will give it a pass, but like for the common guy, you know, he might not like a movie because a dub could be bad. Maybe.
I mean, preferably I watch stuff in English if I can.
Have you? When did you learn English? I'm sorry.
Since 3rd grade.
3rd grade. Shit. Yeah,
it's mandatory in Germany, which I think is good because like everybody's speaking English. Why not?
Right. That region though, it did like because don't like the Netherlands and I think the Danes, they kind of speak English a lot too.
Scandinavian like countries, they speak very good English. Actually.
Katie in the chat, mandatory in Denmark too. There you go. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
See,
okay. I'm not the dumb American that I pretend to be. So.
Sometimes. So that's all I watched.
That's it.
Spider-Man, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so would you like to hear what I watched? Was it?
Of course.
Do I get to? Okay.
No.
I watched the Breaking Bad movie, El Camino.
Oh, okay.
Now I know you haven't seen Breaking Bad, so I won't talk about it too much. I will say, very good. didn't blow me away or anything. It was just nice to go back into that universe and see Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman again. Because that character.
You said I didn't watch Breaking Bad.
Thank you for the follow, Nicola 1103. Appreciate.
He's one of my followers, actually.
Yeah, he just jumped on over. He's like, I like this guy's style.
Did you say that I didn't watch Breaking Bad?
I thought you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I watched it years ago. One of my favorite shows ever.
Okay. Oh, you don't have Netflix. That's why you didn't watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When are you going to get Netflix back?
Probably in a month or so when The Witcher is coming out.
Oh, okay.
Also, the movie The King and The Irishman. You know.
And Irishman, yeah.
I talked about El Camino with a friend, and he said it's just like an additional ending.
Yes.
It's just extra and not like crazy big new story or anything.
Nothing crazy, nothing extravagant, just kind of a cool little thing. Because I didn't like
good.
Oh yeah, I would say it's good. I mean, it left you wanting more.
Was it necessary?
That's a good question. Was it necessary? Yes and no. Yes and no. I think people are kind of going to be a little indifferent. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there too about the way Breaking Bad ends. It's kind of perfect. So, when you add on these little things, you run the risk of kind of fucking it up. But there is some closure there that they don't really get around to in the show. So,
I'll definitely check it out when I get Netflix again.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, Netflix, I feel like, this year has got some shit, at least to watch.
Oh, yeah. Start off with the dirt.
Irishman, The
King.
I know you're excited about The King.
Dude, I love medieval movies.
That's the new Rocket Man. I'm going to call it. That's the new Rocket Man this year, right here. The King. Yeah, but okay, worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
But I could also see the other side of it. Yeah, it's a strange thing. It's a strange thing because I liked it, but I see the point of like, is it necessary? That's probably the best question you can ask with El Camino. But I think it's just I like the Jesse Pinkman character so much that that I'm just down for more Jesse Pinkman, no matter kind of how you give it to me, honestly. Because that's a role that Aaron Paul's never going to escape ever. He's never going to escape that role. I think Bryan Cranston has a better shot at escaping Walter White than Aaron Paul does ever of Jesse Pinkman. Anyway.
What's up, Katie?
What else did I see? Because I actually watched some shit this week. So it was El Camino. And then I watched 2 Netflix movies back to back. In the Tall Grass or In the Green Tall Grass.
Oh, that's Stephen King with Patrick Wilson.
Stephen King, a Patrick Wilson movie, yeah.
I heard he's good in it, but the movie isn't good.
Yeah, actually, I enjoyed the ride of the movie. It was I even told my girlfriend, I was like, this is still better than Child's Play, Pet Sematary, and because that bar was just so fucking low for me. Those 2 movies, especially, and Us. You know how much I didn't like Us.
Also, Let Down, definitely. Because I like Get Out. I know we disagree on that, but...
Well, I remember, I think Get Out's good. I just think it's overrated. But I think it's a good movie. I just feel like it's Scream level, in my opinion. Let's not talk about Get Out. We're not talking about Get Out.
No.
We should probably break down Get Out at some point. And why.
It's not a movie I really would like to talk about.
You don't want to dissect it? Like, get deep?
Nah, I'm not that hyped about it. Like, it's a good watch, but it doesn't really touch me that much.
On this episode, we're forcing Amon to break down Get Out. Each scene we're going to go over. And then the other movie... Okay, so I will say, I don't know what I would rate it, but it was still fun to watch because it is kind of creepy. And Patrick Wilson is actually really good in it, yeah.
What's the difference to Children of the Corn? It feels kind of similar.
Completely different, yeah. Okay. Not even like the only there's really no comparison other than the fact that
there's corn.
There's no corn, it's grass.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Now I did read a story though that Stephen King and his son came up with this story while they were just sitting at a diner. They're just chilling in between book tours and they're like, you know what, we should write a story together, and they just Apparently, they whipped up this story in 2 hours. So I don't know if that
story.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just another fucking, if I want to be critical, like another Stephen King story that just doesn't go anywhere. So that's a problem. That's a problem. There's a lot of Stephen King stories that are just left to the imagination, which I like, but sometimes you kind of want just a little closure. Not closure per se, but just a little bit more meat in the story,
I'm curious about Dr. Sleep.
Oh, Dr. Sleep, yeah.
It might be shit, it might be good. I don't know.
It could be fucking amazing. I don't know, because it's a mind fuck to me. I brought it up before of how they're taking the Stanley Kubrick Shining.
Yeah.
A movie that, Stephen King has never liked and making it the base. I think just because it's easier to do that, maybe. Because a lot of people do relate to The Shining, the movie. I love The Shining, the movie, but I love the book. Totally different.
Yeah, I heard.
Anyway, we'll move on from In the Tall Green Grass to a movie. What was it called? It's Your Boy, though, because this is the thing. I watched back to back these movies with my girlfriend. It was one of those lazy days.
Which boy?
Your boy here. So, like the first movie, In the Tall Green Grass, I even look over to my girl and I'm like, this is one of Amon's favorites right here. This Patrick Wilson guy. Okay, yeah, I'm like, he loves this dude. And she's like, this guy? I'm like, yeah, this guy. So then the other movie starts.
Why the fuck not, man?
This movie called Fractured with your boy Sam Worthington.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, your boy has come back.
Isn't that
Worthington.
Horrible movie.
Which one?
Fractured. No, okay. Wasn't there another
it?
Sam Worthington? No, I didn't see it, but wasn't there another Sam Worthington Netflix movie that was super bad?
That one I actually liked though. It was the Titan.
Yeah, right.
It was bad, but so bad it's good.
Okay, but tell me.
It's kind of like this alternate version of fucking Avatar, man. I don't know why. I just love that movie, the Titan. I highly recommend that. 10 out of 10, The Titan with Sam Worthington. No, this
10
movie,
out of 10, huh?
No, not at all. But this movie though, dude, Fractured. All right, when you get Netflix back, I really want you to watch Fractured and tell me what you think. Complete mind fuck of a movie. A guy, his daughter gets hurt. They're in the middle of nowhere or whatever. She gets hurt. God, my reviews are so bad. She gets hurt, whatever. So she gets hurt. They pull over to a hospital. He takes her in. This is the basic premise. And then like time goes by, and then he goes up to the table. He's like, "Where's my daughter?" And they're like, "We haven't seen your daughter." So it's that kind of a movie. I'm not gonna say anything else. This movie though, the story is so fucking good. Like I was all in on Fractured. I really like the story, but I tell you, man, if like you would have replaced Sam Worthington with just anybody else. Just fucking,
sounds right, yeah.
Like I kept thinking, like, man, if this was like a Brad Pitt vehicle or just anybody, I keep saying just anybody, like it could have actually been maybe a theatrical release or like maybe just like more hype. People probably would have really liked this movie because the story was really good, man. It was really good. It was cool. Just cool story. It was just fun, kind of dark,
You shouldn't cast Sam Worthington as a lead.
No. It's funny too because I think he's slated for all these Avatar sequels, and I think they're tied down to Sam Worthington, which I think that might drag him down a bit, just a bit. Because I'm with you on Sam Worthington. He really doesn't offer anything to the screen, and his English accents, American accents are awful. They're really bad. They're really fucking bad. He does his Avatar accent in this one, and it's really terrible. I don't know if it's East Coast or what, but I don't know where he's from in America, basically. And then yesterday I watched a movie I haven't seen yet, but I heard that it was really good. A couple people told me it wasn't good, but I watched The Witch. I don't know if you've ever seen The Witch.
Yeah, of course. That's with one of my boys.
Your boy, yeah. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, I know that voice. And
yeah.
What's his name again? I know you know his
Ralph Ineson.
Ralph Ineson. That's the big guy, the dad, right?
Yeah.
The guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I was impressed, man. I didn't expect that movie for me to like that movie as much as I did, but I was like all in, man. I was like fucking taken back to that like time period. I was fucking dude. I loved that fucking movie. I'm not gonna lie. Like
it's a totally different kind of horror.
Yes.
I like it a lot.
Yes. That I get what that new sense of horror, like that kind of horror, that's the kind of horror that I think should be shown.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give Hereditary another go.
You should. And Midsommar.
Well, that's what I'm going to get to. Is I'm just going to praise The Witch. I'm going to tell everybody to watch The Witch. I don't know if I'm going to give it a 9, but goddamn that movie.
That high.
Yeah, dude. Maybe it's my fucking obsessive need for more of those movies in that period. I love period. If it's between like the 1600s or 1500s and 1800, pre-Civil War shit, I'm all in. I love that period of America, especially because it's fucked up. It's always fucked up.
You mean the same era as the Revenant?
Yes,
kind of.
yes. Frontier. If it's frontier and, the people shouldn't be there, I love that shit. I love it. It's the best. There's not enough of it. Not enough.
Also, I think Mr. Ineson is really good in that film.
I was just going to say, like, he kind of carries it a little bit. Like, just.
I mean, the guy from Split, the girl from Split is also good.
That's who that is. Yes.
Yeah.
Her face, her eyes are very distinct.
Yeah.
But she was really good. I actually liked all the kids in the movie.
Lysa Arryn is in it.
Lysa Arryn. Again, breastfeeding on camera.
That's her thing, right?
That is her thing. Apparently, I'm like, God, she's got a boy sucking on her titty again, and on screen. Like, I wonder if this is going to be her typecast thing. Like, she really knows how to breastfeed on camera.
Actually, fun fact: both Kate Dickie and Ralph Ineson both have been together in Last Jedi as First Order officers. Totally strange. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to say though, I'd like some recommendations. I don't know if you have any with more of that dude though, because that dude. I know he was in Chernobyl. Yeah, but that's all I know. I didn't look him up though. So.
He is in The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Ooh.
But small part. Yeah. Like he's often. No, actually, he's always the side character. He's never cast in a big role, actually, I think. Except from The Witch, I think. So that's like his role to shine, yeah.
Fucking fantastic. I was so surprised. The way it just moved along and, like you knew something was fucked up. I'm not going to give anything away, but God, I would watch it again. Like it was disturbing, but I would fucking totally watch that again, like down maybe a year from now or something, but really enjoyed The Witch. And then sorry, go ahead.
I'm actually glad that you like it. It's cool.
It was so good, dude. It was so good. I was pleasantly surprised. Like that's the movie that I'm just, I was dying to talk about in a way. I was
Yeah.
Sometimes a movie will floor you like that. Like you don't expect it to hit you like that. You're like, God damn.
Those are the best, I think.
Yeah.
The Bronx Tale. The Bronx Tale.
Well, especially in the horror genre, you don't get that a lot. So,
You're right. There's a lot of shit.
Well, I think with horror, like if you've got a house in your horror movie, you've already got me. You're already, rolling against the tide for me because it's just been done to death. The ghost is in the walls. The ghost is trying to warn you. Blah blah blah. Get the fuck out of the house. That's basically it every time. So I get really tired of house movies. That being said, House on Haunted Hill, fantastic. Anyway,
want to know what he's been in?
Yeah. What was it?
He's in the Harry Potter movies. A small part again.
Of course.
He's in Peaky Blinders.
Ooh.
I think that's also a small part. I don't remember him.
Ooh.
He's in Kingsman. I don't remember him in that.
Mm.
Guardians of the Galaxy. He's one of Yondu's crew, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Ready Player One. He plays his stepfather, who's like super an asshole. Have you seen that?
I could see him as an asshole. I've seen Ready Player One, but I don't remember the role.
And then I've seen a horrible movie called Hurricane Heist.
Hurricane Heist. Is it a
Toby
heist
Kebbell.
in a hurricane?
Yeah, and it's super awful. It's
Toby Kebbell is kind of like not. He doesn't. He's got a lot of bad flack too, doesn't he? Am I tripping on that?
He's been Doctor Doom in the awful Fantastic Four.
But he also is the bad guy in the Ben-Hur remake, and I never took the time to watch that.
Me
Did
neither.
you watch it? Okay,
No.
All right. Ooh, that could be a movie actually.
I actually like Toby Kebbell. He was okay in Kong Skull Island. He's really good in Guy Ritchie's Rock'n'Roller.
Okay.
And I think he's playing one of the apes in Planet of the Apes. Because I think he's also playing King Kong in Kong Skull Island. He's one of those motion capture guys.
Is he really? Does he actually play Kong?
Yeah.
Am I tripping on them? Really?
Yes, he is.
Huh. I mean, I don't really have any opinion of him other than I know that he was Doctor Doom, and I know he was the villain in the Ben-Hur remake, which with Jack Houston, which I kind of like Jack Houston, but I think that movie kind of knocked down his stock a little bit there. If you see, you'll know what I'm talking about though with Jack Houston if you ever do watch Boardwalk Empire. Jack Houston, unfucking believable in Boardwalk Empire, unbelievable.
Yeah. Also, Steve Buscemi, who I'm really like.
Yes, and your boy,
Shea Wiggum.
Shea Wiggum. Why can't I remember that? What a weird name.
Dude, he's amazing. All right. That all?
No. Right after The Witch, I watched Midsummer. Okay. So I watched Midsummer as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was good. What do you think?
Okay. So I'm not a big fan of Hereditary.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of a letdown, but Midsummer. Very indifferent. I don't know how I feel about this movie because I
can see that totally.
Like I totally get what you're saying about how you're never gonna want to watch this movie again. Like I don't know. I thought the pace was better than Hereditary. I wasn't bored or anything. I was kind of enjoying the flow of the movie and
I was super creeped out in the end.
Creepy, honestly. All that shit. I just don't know how I feel about the movie overall. Like, I mean, it even starts off pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not really spoilers. Like the chick loses her family there and stuff. But the character herself, I didn't really give a shit about her.
Yeah, but I think the actress is really good in that.
Right. I think that was maybe the point, right? Like maybe she was supposed to be annoying because like you didn't want the dudes to bring her along. Like that's what I felt in that scene. Like these dudes were like not happy that this chick was coming. Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. Really weird. I don't know. I think the ending kind of ruins it a little bit for me. I thought it was kind of comical. The bear thing. I'm just no spoilers, but you know what I'm talking about. The bear thing. I just thought it was a little.
I know, but don't you think that's intentional? Because the movie is filled with absurd comedy.
Mm-hmm.
While being totally disturbing. I think that's pretty interesting.
I like the very ending. The very ending with her. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just there's a very indifferent feeling about with this movie. I mean, but I think that's intentional.
But
so,
I mean, even if you don't like Hereditary that much, but don't you think that director is super interesting?
Something to watch. Oh yeah. He's like fucking the dark version of M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know. There's a Shyamalan-istic quality about him because like I don't really necessarily like either movie, but there's things about Hereditary I did like. I do need to watch it again. I probably will watch it again just so I can kind of compare it more to Midsummer. But there's things about Midsummer I really did like a lot, but there's also some things that I just thought were just kind of stupid. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but just the bear suit I thought was fucking stupid. I have to admit it. I thought if you just would have had him in there, spoilers, burning alive, I thought that would have been cooler than just having his stupid face sitting in a bear suit. It just fucking it kind of took me out. It kind of took me out there, the bear face thing. I don't know why. Usually I can get behind stupid shit. Maybe if the bear face would have covered his face more, maybe the eyes would have been gouged out, maybe a little bit more horrific, but it's just this, all you see is his stupid face in a bear suit. I mean, it just was like, I don't know. I think the effect could have been a little bit more extreme if they would have done a little bit better. But that's my thoughts on Midsommar. Indifferent. Very indifferent.
I think it's interesting that the movie is so bright because it takes place daytime. I think it never really gets dark. And
I do like that. I like that.
Also, the extreme violence in that film.
Very extreme. Like
that are so brutal.
It's weird because I'm putting myself in the the first part that you witness the violence.
The cliff.
The cliff scene. And I'm kind of putting myself in that scene. Like, I wouldn't even be freaking out. I'd just be like, all right, this is your shit. This is what you guys do. Like, why are you freaking out? Like, you should have already known this is going to be weird. But
I mean, of course, it is super strange what they're doing, but it's still at a point where you can totally understand why they're doing it.
Yes.
And then it gets crazier and crazier. And
then you're in a different country.
People and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they do throw the the wrench there with the drugs. Adding magic mushrooms into the mix there kind of messes with the perception a little bit, I think.
I think the effect was really nice.
The effect was awesome. Like, as a person who has used magic mushrooms, I will say the effect was awesome. It was very awesome. There's very few movies that can get psychedelics right. Like, for instance, you know how movies will do acid a lot in movies? Only one movie in the history of movies has ever got acid right, in my opinion. And that was a movie called Salt Lake City Punk. SLC Punk, way back in the day. Fantastic movie, by the way.
Never heard of it.
Dude, if you ever get a chance to, it's an independent movie. It's about just like the punk rocker rise in Salt Lake City in Utah. It's good movie. I forgot the guy's name, but he usually plays comedy roles. It's Shaggy.
Matthew Lillard.
There it is, Matthew Lillard. He was big in the 90s, late 90s, 2000.
God.
You know that guy.
No, do you know who's in that? We talked about that last time. The German Adam Sandler is in it.
German Adam Sandler. What's his name?
The guy from Inglourious Bastards, Til Schweiger.
Oh, yeah, he is in it.
He's
in
it.
You're right.
Weird. And Jason Segel.
Interesting. Yeah, that's an underrated movie. Not a lot of people talk about that movie, but they do acid in the park. And man, I have to admit, like, they nailed it. They fucking nailed it. So I think similarly with Midsommar, that's one of the things I have to commend them for, is they did mushrooms very well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You watched some good movies.
Little drug rant there, but or drug rave rather. I did. I actually, did some shit this week.
You watched lots of movies.
I did.
Don't know that from you.
Because after that, I watched, Into the Spider-Verse late in the night last night, because I was like, I should probably watch this before the show. So.
Yeah, good idea. Okay, so let's move on to our main subject then.
The main movie. Go ahead and introduce it. I'm gonna get a vape in.
I mean, I didn't prepare anything. Like, I think most people have probably seen it. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, animated movie from last year, with a lot of big voice actors in it, actually, which I find pretty interesting. Because most of them don't even have a huge part, but it's fun to have recognizable voices in it. It got the Oscar for Best Animated Feature last year, which I think was totally deserved because the contenders were not awful, but like whatever. I mean, even like Wreck-It Ralph 2 was nominated for Oscar. What a joke!
I think I need to watch that actually because I liked. I liked Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph Breaks the Internet. That's the sequel. I need to watch that one. Sorry.
Yeah, it was fine, but like, I don't know.
Not nearly on the level as this movie.
No, like for me, I feel like that Spider-Verse is kind of a revolution in the animated thing.
Completely agree. Yeah.
Because like this art style, you've never seen anything like this before, which makes it a super unique experience. And I think that's what like the biggest thing that's going for this movie. The art style is just perfect, literally perfect. Like this is the one thing I think is like the best, probably the best looking animated movie ever, for me at least.
Yeah. Even better than The Lion King.
Which one?
It's funny because the animation I feel like is jarring at first.
Yeah, but it's intentional.
When he's first like waking up, when Miles Morales is kind of waking up in his house, the frames seem to be weird to me. I don't know if my eyes are just.
I can explain.
What is it?
They actually dropped the frame rate on Miles in the beginning to show that he's not ready to be Spider-Man. Like Peter Parker has a more fluent frame rate because he already is Spider-Man, and as the movie goes, Miles gets smoother and smoother.
So the frame rate was intentional.
Perfect visual storytelling. Yeah, it is.
Interesting.
Huh. Isn't that like a cool idea, actually?
It is a cool idea, but I think that was risky because I think some people, they see that and because I know some people, they saw some previews and they were like, that looks weird. Because I remember even myself, I was like, that looks strange. But you're right. It just gets more fluid as time goes on. Like, especially the action scenes. The action scenes are unfucking believable in this movie. But yeah, that I guess that is a good explanation. I had no idea that it was intentional. I thought it was just like budget cutting or something.
Yeah, that makes sense, I think. All right. I mean, the plot. Do we have to talk about that actually? Because I think the weakest part is the plot, kind of.
Plot.
Not because it's bad. I just like. So the story goes: there's Kingpin who's experimenting with some kind of, like he's having this huge portal thing that goes to different dimensions because his family died and he wants to get them back.
He wants his woman back. It's all about love,
Yeah,
Kingpin
right?
is actually the good guy. Yeah.
The motivation isn't like super bad, super like unrelatable. So, and then Spider-Man intervenes and like shit goes down, and suddenly multiple spider people appear in that world. And also, besides that, Miles Morales, the kid, is getting bitten by a spider and turns into Spider-Man himself. And then it's kind of, just knowing that, you probably can guess where it's going. Like, I don't think there's any big surprise in that film, story-wise. Which is generally that's my problem with animated movies.
Okay.
They
kind of copy and paste.
No, they often present the goal of the characters in the beginning, and you already know that it's all gonna turn out great and the goal will be achieved. There's like no surprise. Always happy. Always.
Always?
Yeah, always. In every animated movie ever. The 3D animated.
But Kingpin, Kingpin loses though. So I mean, is that a happy? That's not happy. I mean, what about Kingpin?
It is an happy ending. Kingpin isn't the main character.
Kingpin is the good guy in this. I mean, he's trying to get his woman back.
Villain lover.
I am a villain lover. Speaking of Kingpin though, how good was Liev Schreiber? Is the voice?
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, I love how Kingpin is like designed. He's that huge guy.
Absolutely huge.
It's super good.
Did you like just the opening? Like, I mean, it's not really a surprise that he kills, Spider-Man there. Did you like how that was done? How he just fucking...
Actually, yeah. When I watched that in theater last year, I thought, like, they're handling Peter Parker's legacy really well. Like, even though the movie just started, you still... It hits you right in the feels that Spider-Man dies.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, right away, too. They don't even really give you that much. They just give you a quick backstory. Ba-boom, ba-boom. But there's the little scene with Peter Parker and Miles just there that, like, I don't know, they did it so well of Peter going, oh, you're just like me. Hang on, I'm going to show you the ropes. Like, I just thought, like, even though it was, like, animated, you could say maybe rushed, it just didn't feel rushed. It just felt perfect. That little moment between the two of them where they realize that they're just like each other. Even though Miles hasn't been like that long, it's still very significant, maybe on Peter's end, that he finally met someone that was just like him.
Also, I think that Chris Pine is really good at Spider-Man.
Yes, yeah.
Even though he's barely in the film.
Yeah, I like Chris Pine's voice in general. I think he's got a good, strong voice. So.
It's recognizable.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of made me like... So this movie kind of made me want a live-action version of older Spider-Man, too, eventually. Like, I love Tom Holland and stuff, but... I would really like an older version of, because because this is the 26-year-old version of Peter Parker when shit has already been happening. The only live action that we've ever seen of Spider-Man is Tobey, Garfield, Holland. All three are in high school. Yes, Tobey Maguire was in high school in those movies. Oh my God, dude. It's so funny when you go back and watch that. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, those guys are like college students, actually.
But Chris Pine, fantastic, even though he's not in it that much. Like I kind of would have loved. I'd be all down to have another Chris Pine outing as Spider-Man in another animated film if they ever did it. You know.
Do you think he could do a live-action Spider-Man?
He's getting older. You know, Chris Pine's not getting any younger. But I think Chris Pine, anything he would be great in the MCU. Period. You know.
Oh yeah, true.
He's kind of perfect for the MCU in a way.
I used to not like him, but
really,
then stuff came out like Hell or High Water just sold me on that guy.
It wasn't This Means War with Tom Hardy and Reese.
I've seen that in theater when I was like 10 or 11 or 12 or something, but that movie sucks.
It's a perfect date movie. Come on now.
Okay, moving on. So, the other voice actress, Mahershala Ali is in it, and he's also barely in the film, even though he's a double Oscar winner.
Yes.
Like
Mahershala.
He's great. He's just always great.
Yeah, he's got such a good fucking recognizable voice too. Deep and just great voice.
Also there's the moment when Miles and Uncle Aaron meet, and he's like the like he does his hey move, you know.
Hey.
That's pretty but it's still funny actually.
That's a point that I wanted to make. Is this animated movie is different from other animated movies it actually makes me laugh as an adult. Like truly made me laugh, particularly like Nicolas Cage and just other things like that. But Peter Parker in general, but even like you said, the Uncle Aaron scene, just the hey, like you laugh at that. It's good shit.
Yeah, you just mentioned him. I think my best thing, Nicolas Cage is amazing. Dude, what a move to just cast Nicolas Cage.
It wasn't John Mulaney as Spider-Ham, Peter Parker. It wasn't.
He was pretty fun, but like for me, noir Spider-Man is just the man, you know.
Yeah. Like
I mean, I love stuff like that, you know.
You
like
talk about an animated movie that we all need right now is Spider Noir. That's what we need, honestly, dude. Yeah. That would be incredible. The entire thing, just him moping around, like just his little. Sometimes I light a match just to fucking let it burn, just so I can feel something. I love that. Like I'm with you.
Where
I love
go,
that.
The wind follows.
Yeah. Why is that guy in black and white?
It's pretty goddamn good, actually.
Yeah, and even on the second viewing, it's still good. Even on the second viewing, the first viewing, like I admit, I think I enjoyed it more just because it was new, it was fresh. Second viewing, it was kind of like I was kind of more watching it for the show to pick up on stuff.
But like speaking of which, for me, the second viewing I was mostly enjoying the visuals because, as I said, like the plot isn't that. I think the plot is good. Like it's simple, but it's good, but it's not really that surprising or.
Well, at least with Miles, you have a different perspective, a different Spider-Man. You don't have the same old Uncle Ben storyline, which is always nice. What do you think of Miles just in general compared to Peter?
I like it that like there's like that Spider-Man story about someone who's becoming Spider-Man while already Spider-Man is around. I like that. I mean,
I think that, you know, Marvel, some comics, they get some flack for like forced diversity and shit like that.
Dude, get out of here.
Yeah. Well, sometimes though, I look, as I read a lot of comics, I think that sometimes they do that. Like you'll turn a character female just for the sake of making it female, that kind of thing. But
why the fuck not?
Marvel happens to do this better than DC. DC's done it a couple times, but Marvel does a good job of introducing brand new characters like this, like Miles Morales, Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan, you'll know that name one day, Miss Marvel, because they're gonna start pushing her out into the forefront. They've already announced her; she's gonna be in the Avengers game. There's a show on Disney Plus, Miss Marvel, so she'll be the next big diverse character that they're going to show. But me, personally, I mean, I've always loved Peter Parker. My uncle, huge fan of Peter Parker, loves Spider-Man. I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world. He hates Miles Morales. He just cannot stand that there's another Spider-Man in the world. But my feeling is that Marvel did such a good job with writing him in and making him so different from Peter. Because he's kind of, he's different from Peter. He's popular. He's more easygoing. He doesn't have the more tragic backstory.
Dude, I love this stuff with his father, as you can imagine, because I always like that stuff.
So do I. I like the fact that his father and his mother are in the picture. I like the fact that he's not completely broken down Batman fucking esque. That's what I like about Miles. He's motivated because he did watch Spider-Man die. That's a thing in the comics. They took that right out of the comics. In that universe, he witnesses the real Peter Parker die.
And that's didn't know that actually.
Yeah, that's what propels him to take over Spider-Man in that world. Which another, thing that's cool about Spider-Verse is that they do talk about the multiverse a lot. And the multiverse is a big deal in the comics. And I think the MCU is gearing up to really dive into that shit, which is exciting for me. But I just wanted to, see what you thought about Miles. I think Miles is a great character, and I'm kind of excited about more with Miles.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the sequel to this movie actually.
Yes,
I think they announced it. I'm pretty sure
they did.
Yeah. It will be interesting if it can hold up to the expectations from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the expectations are high because that movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I imagine you'll see another appearance of Spider-Gwen as well in that sequel.
Certainly. Also, Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah, it's cool because they almost sound similar, at least to my ears. Chris Pratt and
Pine.
Not Pine, yeah. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans. Jesus,
yeah,
that's a lot of Chris's, dude. That's a lot of what the fuck. But Jake Johnson, man, I like that guy. He was great in Let's Be Cops. I don't think he's really not in a lot of shit. He's in the New Girl, but that's about it.
He was in Jurassic World.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right, I think.
Yeah. He's funny though. He's got good comedic timing. He was really good as the Peter Parker, I think. But
hopefully he will make another appearance in the next one. I hope.
I imagine he will. Yeah. Because really, that's what I liked about the movie is they did such a good job of giving you a lot of Miles, but still paying tribute to Peter Parker, even though it technically wasn't. Well, depends on what kind of Peter Parker you see it as, because that could kind of fuck with people too. Is like, did you just witness the real Peter Parker dying, or did you just witness, because they do state Peter B. Parker, so he's kind of like the B player in a way. Really interesting, the multiverse.
Definitely.
Or does the multiverse just fuck everything up?
I think they did it pretty well in that film, actually. They had 4 additional characters.
Mm-hmm.
And even the anime girl didn't bother me, so.
Which is funny, you think that it would, yeah.
Yeah.
But you actually feel bad for her when the big thing kind of dies. You're like, oh.
Yeah, because also you see then there's just a tiny spider in it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's some barriers with this movie. Like you said, you got it right on the money of revolutionary, because there's just barriers with me with animated movies of I don't really like anime. They put an anime character in there that I actually like.
I hate it, actually.
What, anime?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an anime guy,
that.
dude. I'm not. I'm sorry for all those people out there that like anime. Me and Amon, we're just not about that life, I'm an Akira fan, and that is about it. That is all the anime. That is all the anime a person needs is Akira.
I agree.
Because it's like every anime right there. They're so fucking crazy, anime movies. But at the same time, I'm sure there's anime people that watch anime all the time, and they watch Spider-Verse. Like, what the fuck? What are you guys complaining about? I get it. I think it could be a cultural thing, but not really for me, man. I not really into it. But it broke down the barriers, though, of having an anime character in there. Like you said, you'd think that you'd be irritated, but you actually ended up liking her. You like the character. I don't know if I'd want to see a whole fucking movie with her, though. No. Not set in her world. There's no way. Fark Movies, says Lusty. Poor Lusty just wants to see some World of Warcraft, you know. He's all about that World of Warcraft. He's like, oh, fuck, they're talking movies again? Heisen's messaged me like 3 times on Discord. He's probably like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway. What would you rate this movie, though? Are we at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I said all I wanted to say, I think.
Yeah, it was weird because, like, you were kind of like, oh, this week, I don't think you really wanted to talk about Spider-Man, to be honest with you.
There's not much bad stuff you can say about it. Like,
I agree.
Also, like, there's no point in talking about the visuals because they're just like, you gotta see them, and everybody knows that they're amazing.
And you're just gonna be talking in hyperbole. If you, you know, because you're just gonna be saying amazing, incredible over and over when you.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that it's probably the most beautiful animated feature I've ever seen.
Original, interesting, incredible. Any word you can think of for that animation.
Refreshing.
Refreshing is a great word for it. Different, unique. It was like the fucking comic was coming right out of the page too. Like they really add a lot of comic book-esque things into that movie that were really fucking cool. Now I will say, reading a comic book, it's not like that at all. You know, it's, you know, you just read.
That exciting.
You read the panels and your brain does the rest. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Rating. Actually, my rating changed.
Oh.
After the second viewing. Because as much as I like it, it's not a 10 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Even though I rated a 10 out of 10 before.
But would you rate? But do you separate it as a film as a whole, or are you rating it as an animated movie?
I would rate it as my viewing experience, like how much fun I had. Just, you know.
Okay.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
9. Okay. I'm gonna give it a solid 6. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I want to give it a 9, but I feel like you almost have to give it a 10 just because it does break down a lot of barriers. But at the same time, probably give it a 9 because I don't think I'll watch it a lot. But if it's on, I don't know if I'll turn it off. You know, that you know, that kind of plays into it, I think, a little bit. But I don't know, though. I don't know if the, you know, Spider Noir thing is going to work by the 4th viewing, you know. I think it'll probably degrade if you continue to watch it. So I think a 9. I think a 9 for me is probably the way to go for Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse.
Then we agree.
Yeah. I think a 9 is perfect. And I think if you're going to judge it as an animated film, it's 10 out of fucking 10.
True. Yeah.
Like, there's no way to get around it. It is the best animated movie I've ever fucking watched in my lifetime. Period. I have never seen animation like that. The voice acting is crazy. Well, I was going to say good. I don't know why I said it's crazy. Oh my God, it's crazy. But yeah, there's really not much else to say about Spider-Verse. Did you have a top 10 this week?
I have actually, yeah. Good. It's actually a top 20 because let me. Yeah, because it's a rather simple list, I feel like, and I so it's my favorite actors, but not just that, you know. Also, like, when you have like 10 actors, that's not much. I wanted to include like more people, so I made it a top 20. Also, for each one, I wrote down my favorite performance by them, which probably, like, you know, then you have something to disagree with. So
yeah, I like that. This is going to be good then. This is good color commentary for me. I like this. This is a good list here.
Okay. So I thought, like,
don't start with number 1 though. Don't be that guy.
No, of course not. never. You need to build up some hype.
I hate that shit. All right.
The thing is, from now on, I want to do a top 10 list every time.
Okay.
But
am I required to do the top 10?
No, of course not.
Okay.
But I just felt like favorite actress is, like, you know, such a basic thing that I just get it out of the way. first before I get into more crazy lists.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
And then when we launch when we launch an official podcast on like iTunes, we'll have to do it all again. It's going to be great.
Yeah. And next time maybe it's this is male actors.
Well, you said actor. You didn't say actress, right?
Yeah, but you can also say female actor.
If you were a female actor, would you just want to be actor or actress? I'm sorry.
Who are you asking?
Let's hear the list. What do you got here?
Yeah. Okay. So, actually, okay. 20th place is we talked about him a lot. It's Shea Wigham.
Number 20.
Number 20. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually,
you've got to watch Boardwalk Empire, dude.
Yeah.
You got to watch Boardwalk Empire.
Actually, if you don't know, I think there's only one on the list that you might not know. So you can turn on my stream to see the picture.
Oh, you got visuals right now too?
Yeah, of course. Awesome. I like doing that shit.
All right, let's see what you got.
Okay, so Shea Wigham is. He's one of those side role actors, and like I have a heart for those guys. So.
You have a heart on for those guys.
That's not what I said.
A heart. Oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
My favorite performance by him, that might probably change with Boardwalk Empire, but my favorite performance is in Fargo.
The show. The show. Yeah, okay.
He's playing like the how do you say it? The boss of the police, the commissioner.
The boss of the police.
Yeah, I don't know what rank he is.
Yeah, I love it. Chief,
captain, or chief. I don't know. The sheriff. I have no idea.
Okay.
And he's like totally ignorant to everything that's happening around him, even though people die and stuff. It's pretty good.
Is this first season?
It's third.
Oh, third. Jesus. Okay. Now, see, I give you shit about watching Boardwalk Empire, but I need to watch Fargo. So.
Yeah, Fargo is one of my favorites. Okay, next one is the one you might not know.
Okay, number 19.
Number 19. I'm not sure if you heard the name before, but you've seen him certainly. Okay. Michael Stuhlbarg.
Michael? No, I don't.
He's the lead in A Serious Man by the Coens.
Oh, that guy, dude.
He's another one of those side role actors.
Again, Boardwalk Empire. How crazy.
Oh, he's in that as well.
He's Boardwalk. Yeah, he plays Meyer Lansky in Boardwalk Empire. He is fucking incredible in Boardwalk Empire.
He's incredible in everything. Actually.
He's a good actor, dude. He's
in Hugo by Scorsese.
Yes.
He was the best part in Shape of Water.
There's another thing that he was into that I can't place.
He was in Fargo as well, third season. Wait, what? There was something else.
That's a good actor though. That's a good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's even like more prominent than Shea Wigham. I think he's like in bigger roles actually.
What I like about your list, Salmon, is you stay current. Like you have this, you have a great ability to appreciate older films, but still stay current at the same time. So.
Also, this list might change from time to time because like this is all the actors I like right now in the moment. Maybe someday Sam Worthington is on it. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Jesus.
So my favorite performance by him is in Call Me by Your Name, with Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet.
Right. I need to watch that just because I need to see the hype of
father in that. And he is the best scene in the whole movie. He's having a monologue that's just so authentic and real and just amazing.
As the dad.
Yeah. That stuff touches me, that. So, yeah.
Speaking of that, though, at the same time, I need to watch A Serious Man. So, I've never watched A Serious
Me too. Man. I haven't seen it either, even though I like that guy a lot.
And I like the Coens, But I heard Coens, it's very, very, very Jewish. Like, if you're not Jewish, you're not going to, understand a lot of the little things about it. Which I really like, it's funny, because I really like the Jewish culture and, how do I say this? I don't want to sound racist. It's weird when you talk about other cultures.
Maybe don't say anything.
No, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying the New York Jewish attitude is something that I've always loved. And I don't think that's racist at all. I just think it's the New York Jewish attitude, I think, is fucking awesome.
You're just appreciating a culture.
It's very, I don't know what it is. Self-loathing, fucking... It's almost like Woody Allen, but I don't like Woody Allen. It's everybody else that's done the Woody Allen that's great, I think. I don't know. It's hard to put into words, but I love that shit. Love it. So I'd probably enjoy A Serious Man, honestly.
So great actor. Next one.
What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Michael Stuhlbarg.
Michael Stuhlbarg. Jesus. Okay. I don't want to change your name there, Mikey. I'm just saying.
Okay, next one is someone who's not making good movies anymore, I think.
Okay.
It's Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty sad that like I'm looking forward to Ed Norton's movie because I heard that he's good in that. And
oh my god, like... the picture of Bruce Willis you just posted. Dude. What a grab you just gave me, dude. That just
actually I first wanted to say that Unbreakable is my favorite performance by him. That's why I put the picture in it.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, I wasn't really sure about the thing with favorite performance or just my favorite movie with him. You know? So I just my pick for Bruce Willis is Pulp Fiction.
It's the saddest Bruce Willis I've ever seen on the screen right now that I'm looking at.
I totally missed the opportunity to put in a picture of Hudson Hawk.
It's the saddest Bruce Willis I've ever seen. Oh my god, that's from Unbreakable, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Look, my brother is demanding Hudson Hawk.
I mean Hudson Hawk, to me that's Bruce Willis at his prime too. Like that's when he could do no wrong. He was so bitching back then. My favorite Bruce Willis, personally, I know you're not a fan of the movie, but it's Last Boy Scout. I love him in Last Boy Scout.
It's not that I'm not I don't hate it. It was just kind of whatever.
It's like
it's okay. It's okay. It has some good jokes.
It's like John McClane, only much, much, much worse.
Yeah.
Like he's lost everything. Which, by the way, I'll say that too. Underrated, and I think probably the better Die Hard with a Vengeance. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, the third one.
Oh, I love the third one. I think
I could actually agree on that because I love the third one actually.
Jeremy
I don't like the second one.
Oh, the second one is garbage. It's just a throwaway movie in a way.
Yeah.
But the third one is
Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis as the that's some good buddy shit.
Yes. Yeah, because they fucking kind of hate each other at the start, and I love how Bruce Willis has got a migraine through like the whole movie. It just adds to the whole, he's hungover, he's all fucked up, he can't see straight. Jeremy Irons is fucking great in that movie. That's a movie I could watch any time of the day. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh, it's been a while. I think I should watch that soon again, actually.
There's just such good phases to that movie. Like, it's very long form action. Like the scene in the taxi cab when they're chasing in the city, like that goes on for like 15 minutes, and the heist scene when, Jeremy Irons steals from the Federal Reserve. Oh. Ooh, you got raided. Go read it. You got raided by Gizmo
Thank you very
and
much,
Bunny.
Gizmo.
Wow.
Welcome to this podcast show.
I don't know who Gizmo is, but I want to know who Bunny is.
He's a friend of mine. Okay. And I got a follow. Thank you very much, Osabot.
Very nice. Very nice.
With my DiCaprio alerts here.
And you got a swastika right on the screen there with Edward Norton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the poster, man. Like, not my fault.
I like how you got your you got all Leonardo DiCaprio alerts there on your thing?
No, one is Margot Robbie, but all are from Hollywood.
I like it. I like that.
And then I have I think for each one is like a soundtrack from a Tarantino film.
Listen, I'm just saying, like you put some work into your stream here. You deserve.
Yeah, I really do.
You deserve this affiliate that I'm telling you that we got to get Amon as affiliate, ladies and gents. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah, but Die Hard with a Vengeance. I just have to say, just fucking great movie. Anyway, Bruce Willis. I will say though, Bruce Willis, he sucks now. I know you don't want to hear that.
Well, but, yeah. Dude, I totally agree. But like, he was good in Moonrise Kingdom, for example.
Which one?
Moonrise Kingdom by Wes Anderson.
Okay, I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. So you got me there.
Also, I mean, Glass was a kind of refreshing role for him because he's not the stupid action star, but still, Glass wasn't a good movie. So,
but I feel like he was just a big giant pussy in Glass. Just
Not like he had no screen time. That's what it is.
Yes, that too. It kind of comes down to shamalama ding dong there. I love your recommendations, by the way. Love these recommendations.
But I think it's not. I think it's a bit buggy because it's not showing all the movies I have in that. It's only showing like movies that start with A, B, and C, which is super weird.
Okay.
It's not taking all the posters, and that's kind of irritating because I spent like 2 hours on downloading all the posters. Like 200.
Looper would be my last favorite Bruce Willis movie there.
That's the same year as Moonrise Kingdom, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 17?
Number 17. It's a man. That's a controversial pick because most people don't like him. We both love him, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Tom Cruise.
Oh, in the top 20. I like it. I like it a lot. Now,
Possible agrees. Looper was fantastic. It really is.
You were actually talking about watching Magnolia. Did you sit down and watch Magnolia yet?
Not yet. But maybe we'll talk about that next week. Who knows?
Ooh, okay.
Actually, I thought about ordering Boogie Nights and The Master.
I'll tell you, I might need some time with The Master because I just watched that like 5 months ago, I think. But if you were interested in doing Magnolia or Boogie Nights, I might be down for that.
I mean, we could just do a whole...
Or P. Thomas Anderson, yeah. Because really, there's only a few that I haven't seen. I need to watch Phantom Thread. So, yeah.
Also, it might be a good point to rewatch There Will Be Blood.
I think any time's a good time. See, that's a great example of a movie that's so uncomfortable and just disturbing, but still a movie. If it's on, I'm fucking watching it, like just to watch.
Okay, let's talk about Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, star of There Will Be Blood.
For me, Tom Cruise is probably the most the truest action star still working.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Keanu Reeves, who's like same tier, but Tom Cruise does his own stunts, and the stunts are amazing. So
it's funny because when I was growing up, action stars were Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone,
and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Weird to think about Tom Cruise being like an action star, but he truly is an action star when you think about the fucking stunts that
nowadays he is.
It's unbelievable the shit that Tom Cruise has done in his career with these.
Isn't it crazy that he always stayed at the top of the list of actors throughout 30 years?
Yes. I was really happy when Mission Impossible Fallout did so well at the theater. Like I'm just happy to see him continue to, because there's been a couple movies that didn't do too well. They're like Oblivion I thought was really good, but it didn't do well.
Oblivion was alright, not really.
You know what movie really irritates the shit out of me? And it's not Tom Cruise's fault. Tom Cruise actually did a great performance in the movie, is The War of the Worlds. That movie, the ending is so fucking bad. It just bugs me so much.
That's one of Spielberg's weak movies, right?
Yeah, Spielberg dropped the ball on that one. Dropped the ball. Because the movie, up until that ending, is fantastic. Fantastic.
So speaking about the favorite performance by Tom Cruise, it's kind of hard, I think. Like,
Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder.
Good one. But like, maybe that will change when I have seen Magnolia. Because
or Born on the 4th of July. But it's also like, are you judging it just strictly from a drama perspective? Because if you're judging it drama, for me, Magnolia all the way. Great performance. So
I went with Rain Man.
Yes.
Because that's probably the best Tom Cruise movie I've seen.
I love it. I would be torn between like Rain Man, Jerry Maguire, and Color of Money. Because those are like the three.
Color of Money is good, but not. I think it's not the same tier as.
Yeah, well, I just think because he's the hot shot little prick. He fucking did it.
That's
well.
what he was in the 80s.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. Cocktail. We should watch Cocktail.
I heard that's actually pretty fun because it's so goofy.
It's fun. It's kind of dark too. Kind of a dark movie. Brian Brown, is that his name? Brian Brown? I think that's his name. Brian Brown. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Collateral, another great performance.
Yes.
So Tom Cruise is just the man, and I know I'm controversial on that, but
that's Michael Mann movie too. That's like not your director,
No,
Miami
you're just
Vice.
saying that.
Miami
you're
Vice.
just saying that because
Yes.
of Miami Vice.
Well, The Insider. You didn't like The Insider either, so.
It's not that I didn't like it. It wasn't just like I wasn't blown away. It was
That's
okay.
a good example of a slow movie.
Sucks, dude.
No, Miami Vice, one of the best movies ever made.
that's a stretch.
I would probably put Miami Vice in my top 50, honestly.
Yeah. Okay,
that's a call. Up there. It's up there.
Next actor. He's the only actor I put in this list because I really like him as a person.
Okay.
It's Kyle MacLachlan.
What? As a person?
Yeah. Kyle fucking MacLachlan, dude.
Have you done research on Kyle MacLachlan? Like, do we know if he's a cool person?
Dude, I'm following him on Instagram.
Is he that?
That's all I need.
Okay.
No, I mean, I do like him in movies a lot, actually. And of course, I wouldn't like. I had no credibility if I didn't choose Twin Peaks as his best work. Even though I've only seen the first season and like a bit of the second one, but like, dude, he is making that serious.
I liked him.
He's hilarious in Twin Peaks.
I really like him in Sex and the City. I know you're probably never gonna get around to watching that, but he turns in a great performance in Sex and the City. I don't really have a lot to say about Kyle MacLachlan.
Dude, I watched Dune and like some boring movies just because he was in them.
There's something about the way he enunciates words that has always irritated me.
Dude.
Yeah, there's something about Kyle MacLachlan that just is kind of a turnoff a bit, but
dude, I love Blue Velvet.
I like him in Blue Velvet, yeah, but he's not the reason I love Blue Velvet.
No, that's Dennis Hopper.
Dennis fucking Hopper is the reason I love fucking Blue Velvet. Yeah. That's a great performance. If you guys have not seen Blue Velvet, check out Blue Velvet.
Yeah, one of the best villains ever, hands down.
Get a little taste of Kyle MacLachlan there for you.
Right. Okay, moving on. With somebody we both really love, and who's another one of those. I mean, he's more in prominent roles because he's often playing the villain. Ben Mendelsohn.
This is number 15?
Yeah, number 15, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yes.
Who is often typecast as a villain.
I think he's going to continue to be typecast, too, because he does it so well.
Yeah, he's really good at that. But my favorite performance by him is in The Place Beyond the Pines.
And was he a bad guy in that? Because I've not seen that movie yet.
He's not. He's like the friend of Ryan Gosling's character.
I've heard nothing but good things about The Place Beyond the Pines, actually.
I feel like the Place Beyond the Pines is really underrated. It feels like an art house movie, but it's not really.
Okay.
It's really good. It has
I heard really good
Gosling.
things. Yeah, I heard really good things, but I also know about the Gosling character, so I already kind of know that about that going in. But I'd watch that because of Mendo. But speaking of Ben Mendelsohn, again, I hate to keep throwing TV shows at you, but Bloodline. I mean that.
I know.
Unfucking believable in that first season of Bloodline. He got an award for that show too. So he was. I think Bloodline helped really kickstart his career even bigger. I think because of Bloodline, he got the Star Wars role and the Captain Marvel role too. Which, by the way,
Ready Player One as well.
He really elevates Captain Marvel, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a nice little twist on his character, which I like.
The things about Captain Marvel I actually like aren't necessarily her. It's really the young Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn. So, he makes that movie much better than it is. Like 100%, he makes it better. So
he makes every movie better, even Robin Hood.
What does he play in Robin Hood? Wait a minute, the new Robin Hood?
Yeah,
he plays the sheriff of Nottingham. Yeah, I guess I can see that. One
of the weaker roles from him, but I mean, it's basically the same character as in Ready Player One in a way, you know.
I feel like that movie, that would be the saving grace, would be him playing Sheriff Nottingham, but you don't think so?
No, the movie overall is just bad, so there's nothing to save really. Oh, by the way, he's also in The Dark Knight and gets killed by Bane. No, Dark Knight Rises.
Right. Yeah.
Do you feel in charge?
That was like when he was just still bit playing, I think, kind of when he's coming to America, because I guess he was.
He's Australian, right?
He was kind of bigger in Australia, so.
Yeah.
And then but I think he's at the height right now is where he's going to be right now. So I think it's really great for us because we get to see him in a lot more roles.
Oh yeah,
because I'm with you, dude.
He is in The King.
There's something about him. Like every time I see his face and he's in a movie, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I kind of want to see this now. So
Yeah.
Totally with you on that one. I'm surprised he's not higher on your list, actually. 15.
I mean, there's so many good actors. Like,
what will be the 14 actors that have beat Mendo? Shit.
Okay, next one we mentioned before today.
Mm-hmm.
He is in Spider-Verse. It's Mahershala Ali, who is just like recently, like, dude, that guy's just great. I always liked him the first time when I saw him in House of Cards or even in Hunger Games. And
look at you!
Now,
look at this guy breaking out the TV show on me. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? That's where I first saw him too. Was in House of Cards? Yeah. And I remember
he is
thinking,
in the third season of True Detective, which I still need to watch.
I still need to watch that as well. We could break that down too if you want. Shit.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Fuck it. But yeah, dude, just choose up the scenery in every fucking movie he's in. It's just he's got presence on screen, and totally. I don't know if it's really his voice, but his facial expressions, everything about Mahershala Ali. I'm really amped to see him in Blade.
Oh yeah, right, he's Blade.
Yeah,
I totally forgot. I really like him in Moonlight, which is a movie that gets like lifted up by him a bit.
Oh, dude, I have to admit, I really loved Moonlight.
Me too.
That's a movie I did not expect that I would like. I mean, but I was a bullied kid, big time back in the day. So I looked at it from that perspective of just being different. And I think Moonlight is fucking a phenomenal movie. Great.
It really is. I watched it with a friend and he didn't like it at all. And I was like, dude, that was good shit. That was a good coming of age story.
The soundtrack is amazing. If you get a chance to listen to that soundtrack, killer. Nicholas Breitel, great.
Yeah. Also, I've watched a movie with him, with Mahershala. I watched it because of him. It's a movie with Matthew McConaughey, Free State of Jones.
Now what'd you think of that? I have not seen it.
That was okay.
It was okay. Paint by the numbers.
Nothing super great. No, it has an interesting story, but it's not that amazing.
But it's about the Free State of Jones.
I keep saying that. His best role, I think, is in Green Book, which came out last year.
And he got the Oscar for that.
Second Oscar for that, yeah.
2-time Academy Award winner Mahershala
already. Like, there's still.
It's pretty rare to get the third. Rare to get that third Oscar. There's only a handful of 2-timers too, though. So he's in elite company. If you're looking at it through an Oscar perspective, 2 Oscars is your deck on the table right there. Like he can get some roles, So now he can take the money with MCU and just enjoy life.
Also, as I said, he's still pretty young, so there's still
like seriously what a great start, like to get those 2 Oscars and just to be in such acclaim of like a TV show, fucking movies, and now you can go down and do a little blockbuster action and make some money. Like, that's really cool. It's a cool story, cool Hollywood story for this guy, because he kind of just came out of nowhere,
True that, yeah. Okay. Next one.
I just like saying Mahershala.
Yeah, it's a good name. Number 13 is it's an amazing actor, actually.
Okay. Number 13, unlucky number. So.
Yeah. Okay, this is an actor I don't want to like. He doesn't seem like the most sympathetic guy, but I also had Tom Cruise on this list, so it doesn't matter.
You don't want to like. Interesting.
I mean, like he doesn't seem like the most friendly person ever. It's Edward Norton.
Yeah, he seems difficult to work with, but he's very good. Very good.
But he's a real artist. I really like
method actor,
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Would you want to be on the set with Daniel Day-Lewis? No. The dude made people carry him around on My Left Foot. It's like that's extreme right there. Extreme.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, really though, what method acting has Edward Norton really ever? I don't know why I'm comparing him, but because when I think of method acting, I just think of Daniel Day. So
I think of Christian Bale. Okay.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Edward Norton, I I've recently seen Primal Fear, which was his first appearance in a movie, I think.
Did you know the twist?
No.
Okay.
And that totally got me, and I thought that movie was amazing.
They did a good job of selling it, didn't they? Like a good job of yeah.
Even without the twist at the end, the movie still has a satisfying ending.
Mm.
And then you get the twist and totally hit in the guts.
Maybe the last good Richard Gere movie too. So
it's probably the only one I've seen actually.
An Officer and a Gentleman. Put that on your list if you get a chance, Mr. Almond. Officer and a Gentleman.
Then Fight Club, of course.
I love him in Fight Club. Yeah.
But Fight Club is more Brad Pitt's movie, I feel like.
Even though Edward Norton's the main character. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And he's the narrator too.
But still, I think Brad Pitt steals the show. But Edward Norton does the same thing in Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another amazing performance. Maybe his top 3 performances by him, probably.
I would say it's my favorite performance by him.
Yeah, I can see that, but I had to go with American History X. That's
I just absolutely love him in Birdman though, because I just didn't expect it. Like I knew that he was nominated when I saw the movie, but I did not expect him to be that good in that role. Yeah, I'd really like to watch Birdman again, actually.
And he's that good besides having Michael Keaton, Naomi Watts, Emma Stone.
I really love that movie, man. That movie
Birdman is amazing. Yeah.
That's a special film, dude.
All right. I mean, Edward Norton is probably on a lot of lists because he's just good.
I read some rumor that he might be getting back into the MCU too, which I think is a little strange.
That would be strange, yeah.
A different role, though.
He doesn't seem like the actor who fits into the MCU.
No. It still kind of pains me just to think that I think he would have been really cool to see alongside Robert Downey Jr. I think they would have had. Oh, yeah. But Mark Ruffalo, to his credit.
Mark Ruffalo's an amazing Hulk.
He has made me because I didn't buy it. That was one of the things when I went and saw the Avengers, the first Avengers. I was like, I don't really like Mark Ruffalo. I just wasn't a fan of Mark fucking Ruffalo, especially because around that time it was all romantic comedies and shit for Ruffalo. He wasn't really pushing it.
No, he was in Zodiac. He was in Eternal Sunshine.
Even then, I just. Okay, so Shutter Island though is after. Shutter Island was after Hulk. Yeah.
No.
Shutter Island
was 2010.
After. What?
Avengers is 2012.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta check this. Was it really?
Dude, Shutter I know Island my movies.
2010.
Dude.
Wow. That feels not that long ago to me. I don't know why.
9 years.
Usually my time is. That's one of the things you and me are both good at. Is. Yeah,
release dates.
Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, shit.
I know.
Shit.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, and also, look, I just wasn't a big fan of Ruffalo. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He made me, change my mind. Anyway,
dude, he really grew on me because now I actually really like seeing him in the movies. Foxcatcher, he's probably the best one. Nah, Steve Carell.
Oh, I all three. Yeah, Foxcatcher.
And Channing Tatum is underrated in that one. Because everyone is talking about Carell, but Channing Tatum is so good.
I think that's an example of not a great movie, but just great acting.
Yeah, but the ending is so shocking.
But it's hard too because it's a true story, and they really focused on the realism of what happened and everything. Because if you watch, I don't know if you'll ever. You were talking about documentaries earlier, but if you ever get a chance, there's a documentary called Team Foxcatcher and when you watch it, you're like, holy shit! They really, really did a good job with the acting in that. Steve Carell.
It would be interesting to see the real character Carell plays because he's so weird.
Oh no, dude! Just Google it then if you don't want to watch it.
I actually googled the name of the guy he's playing and
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a sad topic. I don't think I want to get.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. That's a fucked up, disturbing moment.
Actually, Foxcatcher recently seen that. 6 out of 10 though. Good performance, but not the best movie ever.
Yeah. Well, a great underrated performance by Channing Tatum. I said it before.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Nobody ever talks about the Channing Tatum performance, but that proved to me that Channing Tatum has got something to offer on screen. Other than, Magic Mike.
Never seen that.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch Magic Mike.
Really?
It'll make you want to be a stripper. You're like, man, I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
You sure?
I gotta start stripping. I've said it many times in my life, Almond, that I would, I have the personality to be a stripper. I think I'd be a great stripper, but I'm not. I'm not working out. You know what I mean? It's just too much work.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, we were at Edward Norton. Okay, next one.
25th Hour. You got to watch 25th Hour. I know that you haven't seen that one. So
I think that's on the list.
It's a movie about a guy who's going to prison and he has 24 hours left. Great flick. I think that's Spike Lee. I think.
Spike Lee did some good shit. Isn't Collateral? No.
Michael Mann. Yeah.
Inside Man.
Like you don't even think that is a Spike Lee movie.
Not really.
Isn't that John Singleton? Uh-oh. Is that really Spike Lee? I don't think that's.
I think it is.
I don't think so. For some reason, that's not.
Inside Man. Spike Lee directed.
Spike Lee. Wow, it's so weird because
I told you, I know my movie.
It's not sold as a Spike Lee joint. That's why.
No, totally not.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
It's probably the best Spike Lee movie, actually, in my opinion.
That's a good movie.
Anyway.
But I do think Black Klansman is fairly decent.
It's fucking terrible.
Okay, let's not talk
terrible.
about that. Okay,
terrible fucking movie. Overrated. Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not that I love it, but it's okay. Okay, next one is, I think last week I talked about him a lot, and the week before that as well. Ewan McGregor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Who is one of my childhood, not role models, but I liked him as Obi-Wan,
Ewan, yeah.
So I always knew him, so I like him.
I remember when I first read about Ewan McGregor, because I was reading about the upcoming film Trainspotting when I was a kid.
Oh, Trainspotting.
I remember I was like, Trainspotting, starring Ewan McGregor. I didn't know how to say Ewan. I didn't know what the fuck Ewan was, So that was my first exposure to Ewan, was Trainspotting. What a great...
It's one of his best movies.
Oh, still. Yeah. It's good. It's still fucking relevant too. I still need to watch Trainspotting 2.
Even the second one is good, yeah.
I have not seen Trainspotting 2. I keep forgetting that it was a thing.
Then also he's good. I like Ewan McGregor in Ghost Rider.
It's weird because the early 90s was kind of like a independence resurgence in a way,
Okay.
Because Trainspotting was an independent movie. Sorry.
That's not early 90s, though. That's 96.
All right. Fucking 90s then. All right. Jesus Christ.
Right.
It felt early 90s. God damn it. I was 16
Speaking
years
of early
old.
90s, I tried to get Hard Boiled, but it's not for sale anywhere. It's so sad.
Well, if you just send me an email.
I know you would say that.
We can take care of this. No problem.
It's totally fine. Okay. Ewan McGregor, my favorite performance by him, again, had this on my list already. Fargo, 3rd season. Because he's playing twins and he's so good at that. He got the Golden Globe, I think.
That's crazy. They got some star power on Fargo, don't they?
They got Martin Freeman in the first one. Patrick Wilson
I remember that.
Ewan McGregor in the third one.
I didn't even know, but Ewan McGregor is kind of I feel like
he's a big name, actually.
A bigger name, yeah.
Yeah, you should see that. It's a good show. One of my favorites.
Fargo, the show. Now you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah, I have, but I think the show is actually better.
Better.
You have more time to flesh out everything. Which kind of speaks against me not watching shows. All right.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. You might want to check out. I've already mentioned it. Big Fish.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Recently I saw The Impossible. Also a good movie. Good performance.
What was that? The Impossible.
The tsunami movie.
Oh, the tsunami movie. Yes, with Naomi
Watts. Yeah. And Tom Holland. Good movie.
Okay. I'd like to watch that. I will watch that actually. The Impossible.
Next one is Okay, I just mentioned him. Patrick
number
Wilson.
12?
Yeah.
You
number
put
11.
Patrick Wilson above Ewan? Wow.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right now.
Patrick Wilson is climbing the ladders.
Yeah,
man.
but dude, he's so good. I thought about putting like Bone Tomahawk as his best performance.
God, what a
but
picture
again,
you've
it's
chosen,
Fargo's
man.
too this time.
What a picture you chosen for his thing. He's just staring at me here on the screen. Just pretty
it's
blue
hard to
eyes
find good
of
pictures sometimes of
Patrick Wilson.
I actually really like him in Aquaman as the Ocean Master.
I'm the Ocean Master.
It's super dumb, but I love it.
Yeah, it's funny because it's kind of cheesy, but he pulls it off. He
totally goes for the cheesiness though.
Aquaman was just was fun.
It's a surprise. It's a fun movie, not amazing, but like you won't be bored when you watch it.
Very surprisingly good. Yeah, very surprisingly good.
I mean, yeah. What else? Patrick Wilson. I haven't seen Hard Candy ever.
Oh, the pedo movie, right? Where he plays a pedophile.
That one seemed like his breakout performance, I think.
I love it when people say pedophile. I just, instead of, because over here we say pedophile, but I heard someone on the UK, they were, I don't know, some show I was watching, he's like, it seems like a pedophile to me, and it just cracks me up. I have not seen that either. I'm not a big Ellen Page fan, so that's kind of a hard sell to me. Not a big Ellen Page fan.
Wilson's good in Watchmen. Now, okay, I mean, besides Jackie Earle Haley and other people, okay. I mean, he's not the most amazing performance in film. All right, Dark, see ya.
Yeah, take care there, Dark Shot. Thanks for tuning in. I actually like Patrick Wilson. I didn't at first, but he's kind of slowly grew on me because I think the first movie I actually saw him in was Watchmen. I know that's not true. I know I've seen him in other things, but I remember in the theater, he didn't sell it to me in Watchmen. He kind of just wasn't the guy that he was.
Yeah, I can totally see that actually.
He just wasn't my favorite. But in hindsight, it's a weak character, so I think he actually does a good performance by playing this weak ass Monarch. What the fuck is his name?
Night Owl.
Night Owl, thank you. What the fuck am I thinking Monarch for? Anyway, I'm the comic book guy, and I don't even know his fucking name.
I'm not huge.
He's grown on me, though. He's grown on me, especially because of his role in Bone Tomahawk.
So, in what?
Bone Tomahawk, yeah,
right. Of course. That's our favorite movie.
Definitely the movie you and I, we see eye to eye when it comes to Bone fucking Tomahawk.
I even like Wilson in Insidious and Conjuring, even though the movies aren't that amazing, but
I saw them when they came out. I would actually like to go down like a full deep dive
into the James Wan universe.
Yeah, like check out all the Conjurings, check out all the Insidious movies. Just
Monarch is the super villain in Venture Bros.
The Venture Bros. Venture Bros is actually pretty good. Not bad.
Never heard of that.
Animated. Probably not something you'll ever watch.
I mean, I watched some. Akira. Okay.
Archer's fantastic. If you want to watch good animation, Archer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. Top 10 now.
Top 10.
It's the top 10. So, drum roll, please. 10th place is someone who first I didn't consider him a good actor, but now I think he's amazing. It's Ryan Gosling.
Wow, that kind of surprises me. Okay.
Is it though?
No, it doesn't surprise me because I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you with Gosling because I don't know if the people see that, but the people, the everyday man that goes to see his movie and buys popcorn. Gosling is just really, really. I mean, I think it might have started in Drive for me, where I really liked him.
But you know what? I think what makes Gosling so great is that he picks the right movies and different ones always.
Yeah.
Like he's done La La Land, he's done Drive, he's done Blade Runner, First Man, The Place Beyond the Pines, The Nice Guys, which is a fucking great movie.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Like he has comedic talent. He's just he's just great. Have you seen Half Nelson?
No, I have not.
Where he's playing a Harry. You know what I mean? I can't say that word.
A Harrian? What's a Harrian? Heroin addict.
Yeah, right.
There you go. You couldn't say heroin?
No. That's weird.
That's a good one.
That's his best performance, actually, but I had to go with Blade Runner because, dude, he's perfect for that.
Oh, I love him in Blade Runner. And I remember when they announced him for Blade Runner, I was thinking,
I thought it was cool.
It seemed like a pick it just seemed like a famous pick. Like, let's get this guy in here because he's...
Yeah, but it's not a blockbuster movie.
But his performance was great. He kind of made the movie, honestly, when you think of Blade Runner 2040. It definitely wasn't Harrison Ford.
But Harrison Ford was really good, I think, because in Star Wars 7, he seemed like he didn't even want to be there.
Harrison Ford, pretty much in a lot of his movies, last 10 years, whatever number you want to put on it, kind of has mailed it in, but it felt like he showed up for 2049. Like, truly felt like he showed up for that one. He's really good in The Notebook. I know people think that's a cheesy love story movie. I have not seen that.
I heard it's actually a really good love story.
It's really good. Yeah, it's fucked up. Pretty fucked up. But he's another method kind of actor. He learned how to woodwork just for that role of The Notebook. It's like this weird fun fact. Like, there's a table in the movie that he actually made. He actually made that. Like, how crazy is that? Like, the dude just... But that'd be one of the cool parts about being an actor is, like, you'd be able to just dive into all that shit. Because what the fuck else are you going to do? You know? Like, I make all this wood shit now, too.
I think the earliest performance I've seen him in is Remember the Titans, which is also a great movie.
He is in that, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's like a minor character, but he is in it.
It's a good movie. The first time I saw him was a Sandra Bullock movie, like, I think Murdered by Numbers. Not Murdered by Numbers. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a thriller back in the day. But he was a cocky little shit in that movie. And I don't think he's really changed much, honestly. Like, I still think he's kind of like, there's a cockiness about Gosling that I think is kind of a turnoff for some people, but I kind of like it. Like, I kind of like the cockiness. Yeah.
Also, I actually like Crazy Stupid Love. I think it's a good movie.
That's one I haven't seen. That's the Steve Carell, Emma Stone.
Yeah, Steve Carell, Julianne Moore. Yeah,
Emma Stone. Hey now.
But like, I'm actually pretty glad that he went away from doing romantic movies now and just like his filmography is super interesting.
Yeah.
Like, you got La La Land, which is a musical. Then you had Blade Runner, which is science fiction, and then you had First Man, which is like biopic space movie.
And I guarantee you there was like an agent or somebody close to him like, nah, you can't take this Blade Runner movie. We got to get you back in the romantic comedy circle.
Yeah.
You're right about that. It's good to see him get away from that because he really was doing a little too much.
But it feels like since Drive, really, he knew how to pick movies.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
I'd like to watch Drive again as well.
Yeah, me too. It's been like 4 years or something.
Drive, to me, like, everyone points at Joker as the modern day Taxi Driver, but at the time when Drive came out, Drive was like, oh my god, this feels like Taxi Driver to me. Just
I would say actually that Joker is more of a modern
tribute,
king of comedy.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that it's much more similar to that than to Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people have seen King of Comedy. I think that's why.
That's true, yeah.
People point.
It's not a really popular movie, even though it's by Scorsese.
What's funny is you might see the King of Comedy have like a resurgence because of Joker, because of word of mouth. You know, honestly.
Yeah, probably actually.
You know.
I'm glad I watched it before that. Actually.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. 9th place is one of those side character actors, but I feel like it's the strongest. It's Mark Strong.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because Mark Strong is just fucking awesome. Dude, like in every movie.
He was the best part about Green Lantern too. So, you know, the only good part about Green Lantern.
It actually, as much as I like this guy, it was kind of hard to pick a favorite performance by him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always kind of the same, even when he's playing the good guy.
I don't know if we've seen his best performance yet. I don't know.
He was really good in Rock and Roller as well.
You're kind of right about him kind of playing the same character.
So actually, I think I shouldn't have put him over Ryan Gosling.
But he does it well, though. Like
super well.
I think you'll adjust this list, and I think he'll probably slip into maybe the bottom half.
To the Shia Wiggum, Michael Stuhlbarg area.
He did a show too on AMC that got canceled. I'm kind of bummed about that because that was supposed to be like Low Black Sun or something. It was around the time where AMC was trying to capitalize on the Breaking Bad shit, and they were really pumping out a lot of shows. But I was excited about that because it was supposed to be a dramatic role, you know. But it did get canceled, so I never bothered watching it. Yeah, but he seems to keep working. Like he's in a lot of movies.
He was in Shazam lately.
Yeah, he was in Shazam.
And he's gonna be in 1917, which will be cool. But I feel like the cast of that movie looks kind of big, but I feel like everyone's playing a side role except from the two guys.
Right. Yeah.
So,
right.
I mean, it has Colin Firth, Benedict Cumberbatch, but I don't think you will see them that much.
Which they're kind of selling that movie as a Benedict movie. I feel like, you know, I think...
like it felt in the trailer like it was a big moment when you saw him, but I don't know.
I think you're right that they're going to focus on the two guys more than anything. Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense because it's like about those guys crossing.
Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that.
True.
Yeah.
I just hope it's R-rated. Actually, I wanna have a brutal war movie again.
Mark Strong, though, great example of a guy that I don't know if he's the best. I don't know if he's a great actor, but just every performance you see him in, you like him. You know, he's
great at what he does.
Presence. Maybe it's presence. I don't know.
Amazing screen presence.
Maybe it's voice. He's got a great fucking voice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked him in everything, though.
Speaking of his voice, my favorite performance by him is in Kingsman: The Golden Circle, where he sings "Country Roads Take Me Home." I think, he's already in the first movie, but in that one he has more screen time, and I just loved him in that film, even though The Golden Circle isn't that amazing, but still.
Yeah, but I'm happy that series is continuing.
Oh, dude, the new one looks amazing.
It looks unbelievable. Like I'm really happy because I really like the first one a lot. Yeah.
First one was amazing.
But yeah, that new one, that could be like film of the year. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's the trailer lying to me or something. But
maybe it's Ralph Fiennes.
God, it looks good. It just looks good. Like quality. Just looks like a quality
World
film.
War One.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I think I mentioned that too. Like I see the trailer starts and I'm like, oh shit, 1917. I'm like, wait a minute. This is fucking Kingsman.
Yeah. I have to see the trailer for that again because I think I've only seen it once, but I liked it a lot.
The Kingsman or 1917?
Yeah. Kingsman.
Yeah.
Also amazing cast. I think it has Jimon Hunsu.
Jimon.
I don't know. I forgot. Some very big names, I think. Check.
Amistad, Jimon.
Yeah, he's good. He's very good. It has Charles Dance. It has Stanley Tucci, Rhys Ifans, Tom Hollander. It has Daniel Bruhl from Inglourious Basterds. So a good cast. Aaron Taylor Johnson. It has Ozymandias from Watchmen. So but I feel like every Kingsman movie had a good cast. Just
Agreed.
their thing. All right, Mark Strong, amazing guy. Okay, next one.
He was number 9. Yeah.
He was number 9. Yeah, number 8 is
the Ocho. Sorry.
Is Jamie Foxx. Because dude, you know how much I love Django Unchained. I'm not even gonna try to hide it. Django Unchained is my pick for Jamie Foxx. Because that movie is just.
But have you? I was vaping. Sorry if
I know.
You kind of know what I'm sneaking one in there. I was like, all right, he's gonna announce a movie. This gives me a moment. It's tough because he's so good in Django, but he's so good in Ray. Like
so good in Collateral.
Have you seen Ray?
No, I have not, but I really want to see it.
Yeah, it's a movie I probably will never watch again, but his performance was unbelievable, man. Unreal.
Yeah.
And he didn't sew his eyelids. He glued his fucking eyelids shut. Glued them shut. Who the fuck does that?
Okay.
Like how hardcore do you have to be gluing your eyelids shut? He said it was like he said it was like being buried alive because we're talking 14 hours of having your eyelids fucking glued together.
Okay, so I think he's very good at comedy. Didn't you say he was in stand-up?
Well, yeah, that's where he got to start. So, like,
I
people need to
think
remember that Jamie Foxx is one of those comedic actors that became a good actor.
I actually really like him in the Horrible Bosses movies
Yes. Yeah.
because he's playing Motherfucker Jones. And that's just hilarious.
Motherfucker. He was great in Baby Driver.
Oh yeah, and you think he would be the villain, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx just overall, he's growing on me. He's like with every movie I'm seeing, I think, dude, that guy's amazing.
And that's the new Spawn. So.
Oh yeah, right. Good choice.
If they get it made, I mean, I don't know. I keep hearing some production issues, so hopefully they get that done because I'd really like to see that him as Spawn. I think it's perfect choice. Perfect choice.
But as I said before, Django Unchained, my favorite performance and movie by him.
Is that your favorite Quentin? No, it's not your favorite Tarantino because Hollywood, right?
Hollywood is my favorite movie in general. So
favorite movie in general.
All right. Next one is like the big one, a really big one.
Number 7. Okay.
It is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Ooh, so low, so low.
I mean, there's so much to come still.
Okay. Daniel Day.
The only male actor has 3 Oscars for leading role. Ever.
So. All deserved too. Well, could make the argument that it wasn't really deserved for Lincoln.
Yeah, but like his performance in Lincoln is so good that it's just sad how boring the movie is.
It's just sad to me that it wasn't for Bill Cutting. Just.
Oh yeah.
Awesome that they gave it to him for There Will Be Blood because like I feel like There Will Be Blood like. I think it was one of those instances where the Academy was like, we don't want to give this to you because it's such a fucking violent movie, a violent role, and you've already got it several times, but we've got no choice. You were that good. Here you go. Like that performance is incredible in there.
Also well deserved for My Left Foot. Which is an incredible movie.
I'm glad you watched it.
Recently saw that. Like, I think that's a movie everybody could enjoy actually. It's just nice.
It's uplifting.
Kind of sad in a way, but it's super. I like his family a lot. And stuff.
Brenda Fricker, the chick, she was really good in that movie. She got nominated for that movie too. But good movie, man.
Yeah, but my movie, I'm picking There Will Be Blood because as I mentioned this before, Daniel Plainview is just one of the best characters ever played and best performances ever made.
That voice too. That voice is so.
I drink your milkshake.
Drink your milkshake.
That's so fucking good.
Just a baby in a basket.
I have to see that again, really. Especially if we gonna do our Paul Thomas Anderson special.
I do like the idea of the Paul Thomas Anderson special. We might have to put that in stone. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's actually a director not many people know, I think, by name.
No, only the film files like us. But yeah, he's got a good record, Paul Thomas Anderson. When you look at
his filmography is almost flawless.
That's a good filmography, but that's another reason why I want to get your impression on the other two, the Master and Magnolia. Magnolia for sure, because Magnolia, I believe, he holds that as his opus. It feels like was his opus at the time. So.
For me, it seems like Boogie Nights is a really fun movie.
Boogie Nights is just, God, man.
It seems like a movie I would like.
I really enjoyed Boogie Nights, man. And Burt Reynolds, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
Great fucking role, man. Just one of those roles that just comes out of nowhere. And
how good is Mark Wahlberg?
It's actually one of the ones that he's pretty good in. He's pretty good in.
My favorite is in The Departed.
I think that's his best, but I don't think Mark Wahlberg is a good actor. I think
he's not.
I think The Departed is about as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah, but it's not a very complex role. It's just,
like he's good in The Fighter, but it's still like you're looking at the screen like this is still Mark Wahlberg, Yeah. He's still got that same the thing with Mark Wahlberg is he's always gonna have that hood voice, like he never changes his voice, like his voice is always the same. Wahlberg. I don't know.
Yeah.
But how did we get to Mark Wahlberg from Daniel Day-Lewis? I need to retrace
Paul Thomas Anderson, then Boogie Nights.
There we go. Thank you. I was going to say, Heather Graham and Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore gives one of her best performances she's ever done in Boogie Nights. Ever. She got nominated for it. Don't think she got it, but she was fantastic.
Got her Oscar for Still Alice, which I haven't seen.
Still Alice, right.
All right. Next one is
who's above my boy Double D here? That's the big question. I feel
bad for now.
You got 6 people above Double D.
Dude, I feel so bad now. I think I might have made the wrong choice. But for me, number 6 is Benicio del Toro.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who Benicio? I really like currently.
Is that because
you saw I'm drawing him.
Is this after the Sicario reviewing too?
Yes. Which is also my favorite performance by him, even though he's fantastic in 21 Grams. But
okay, yeah.
He's just his role in Sicario is just so good.
21 Grams is one of those movies you don't want to watch again either. It's a depressing film.
Traffic.
Oh yeah, Traffic. God, I always forget about Traffic.
Didn't he get the Oscar for that one?
I believe he did, or
he was nominated for 21 Grams.
I think he was nominated for. Did he get it for Traffic? Did he really get it?
I think he did. Yeah.
Is he an Academy Award winner?
Yeah, he is. Certainly. Either it's 21 Grams or Traffic, but I think it's Traffic.
Let
me check.
We're both checking. He did get the Oscar. Okay, well, Academy Award winner, Benicio.
I mean, he's also in big franchises. He's been in Star Wars in a brief role, which wasn't that great.
It was a bad role. Bad role.
The character was just awful. Yeah. And he's the Collector in Marvel. So
that's actually one of the things I'd point to in Last Jedi that I don't like is just the inclusion of a big name actor for such a bad role.
Weak role. Yeah.
Yeah. It was jarring. Like, why do you put this actor in this role? There's so many things about that movie that just don't make fucking sense. Now, you go to Guardians, the Collector. I could give me a whole fucking movie with the Collector and I'd be happy.
Also in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So even though Sicario is my pick for him, but I really like him in Snatch. Even though he's not really that much in it. Mm-hmm. But Snatch is just everybody in Snatch is great.
Everybody.
Same with he's in The Usual Suspects. Not that big of a role, but I just like Benicio.
I hate to point to another TV show too, but limited series, so it wasn't an actual show. But Escape at Dannemora, you might want to check that out when you get a chance, because that's got our boy Paul Dano in it as well.
Oh, that's fairly recent.
And
I've seen pictures of him in that role.
They're both so good in that show too, man. That was a fun show to watch.
Patricia Arquette.
I like escapes anyway in movies. Like any kind of prison escape type thing is awesome. But
Del Toro looks so strange without a beard nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's kind of like the beard is kind of needed in a way. But I mentioned it last week. I'm just happy to see Benicio back as Benicio because he was a little.
I know what you mean.
Little hefty there. Kind of like Russell Crowe is always just gonna be a little doughy.
Except in Gladiator.
By the way, I feel like he's still doughy in Gladiator, though.
I started watching Gladiator, I think 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I might continue tonight actually because it's a fucking great movie. I've seen the first 30 minutes and just like the opening battle sequence against the Germans. It's so good.
That's the On My Command Unleash Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Gladiator is amazing, man.
It's funny because I was just looking at the IMDb list of Ridley Scott, and he has made some bad movies, but overall, he's got a
Spielberg.
I don't know, man. Okay. That really is a good comparison, really, because Spielberg, I mean, Schindler's List, Color Purple, he really does got some
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and fun movies too. Ridley Scott, I don't think Ridley Scott really has like fun movies, but God, he's got some good movies, dude. Like I always forget that he did.
You like Matchstick Man?
I do like Matchstick Man.
But is that a fun movie?
That's a traumatic experience. No, I'm just kidding. I do consider that a fun movie, actually.
Okay. By the way,
Black Hawk Down though. I always forget that he did Black Hawk Down. I don't know why I always forget
that again. I don't know.
Dude, you gotta. It's a trip to watch Black Hawk Down because there's so many fucking actors in Black Hawk Down. Yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip. No Benicio.
Right. I just checked that today is the birthday of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Today.
Yeah.
He is okay. Don't tell me. I'm gonna say 62.
No, he's 59.
Damn, I was gonna say 58. I don't know why I went 60s.
He's not as old as Stallone and Schwarzenegger, actually.
Yeah.
But he's from the same era.
Right.
Okay, next one. Now the heavy one.
Van Damme.
Top five. Next one, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh my God! Don't fuck with me like that. Number 6, Jean-Claude.
No, it's number 5 actually. Now it's like one of my all-time favorites.
This is the top 5 here. This is the top
Christian
5.
Bale.
Christian Bale makes it into the top 5.
Of course he does.
All right.
Dude, because like every movie, I watch movies just because he's in them. Because I like
Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, that's why Sam Worthington will be on the one. Of course.
I'm sorry. Too many jokes for me today. I apologize. I agree though. What movie he was really, really fucking good in was The Big Short.
Oh yeah, true. Different role.
Yeah.
Not my favorite movie. Don't like it that much, but.
Wait a minute. Did you see Vice?
Yeah, I have.
What did you think of Vice?
I think Vice is better than The Big Short, but still, I'm not really a fan of Adam McKay's style.
Yeah, I remember you don't like.
It was good.
Yeah.
I would give Vice actually 7 because I think I watched it in theater. Maybe that increased the experience a bit, But The Big Short I really didn't like, even though it has like Gosling and Christian Bale, Brad Pitt and stuff. But yeah.
See, I really like The Big Short. Vice for me, I thought Steve Carell, fantastic. Amy Adams again, a nice low key, great role from her.
Yeah, she's always fantastic.
She's always fucking good. Like, she just is good. She's a good fucking actress, Amy Adams. I really liked her in Arrival as well when I rewatched Arrival. My second viewing of Arrival was good. Like, I was just locked in on that movie. Because I wasn't too impressed with it the first time, I admit.
But it's Villeneuve.
Yes.
He's just got it.
Yeah.
It's not just one movie he made he made like 4 I really like.
Yeah.
Consistent. Super consistent.
But I like that you picked an actor here, Christian Bale. Number 5 on your list here.
Yeah.
He consistently works. Like, he consistently has something coming
for 20
out.
years.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I considered giving him like my favorite performance by him, giving it to American Psycho because I feel like that's one of his best ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the movie.
Okay.
Of course, there's Prestige.
That doesn't really showcase his acting.
No.
That's more of a Hugh Jackman vehicle, really.
I think to really judge Christian Bale completely, I would have to see The Fighter and The Machinist.
Absolutely, yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
That's still on my list. And
right on your dude, you pulled it right out. I was right about to say The Machinist, so you gotta watch The Machinist.
I mean, he's also great in American Hustle.
Oh my God! I always forget, dude. That's probably my favorite with him is American Hustle. I love American Hustle.
Dude, I gotta give it to The Dark Knight because I just love Batman.
See, I like him as Bruce Wayne. The voice still takes it out for me, especially in The Dark Knight when they really amplify the fuck out of it. I don't know, like the jump from Batman Begins to The Dark Knight, they're just fucking insane.
Yeah. Dude, and
then Dark Knight Rises, they kind of tone it down a little bit. They kind of ring it in,
for me, he's the best Batman ever. And I'm looking forward to Pattinson, but I just doubt that it's gonna be as good as Christian Bale for me.
Or is it the Christopher Nolan movies, you think? This is why you like me. I pose good questions too. Was it Nolan or was it Bale?
I mean, of course, I feel like in Batman Begins, he's the strongest. It's the strongest performance by Bale. In Dark Knight, that's more Joker's movie, and you kind of forget Batman a bit.
And Two-Face.
Yeah, right, and Two-Face, and even Gordon is better. I think Gordon it's a super impressive performance.
Underrated is Gary Oldman in fucking Commissioner Gordon, which, by the way, Jeffrey Wright has been cast as Commissioner.
Good choice,
fucking Gordon. Yeah,
interesting choice. Yeah,
I really liked. Again, going back to a show, Westworld. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, I know. I watched the first season of that.
Oh god, he was so good in the first season.
I feel like the casting for the new Batman is really good because they're not picking the most popular actors, but I feel like they're picking super interesting actors that still that already showed that they're good, but now it's the time to on the big screen for everyone to see, because Paul Dano is super good.
It's exciting to see just a new trilogy coming too.
Oh yeah, I hope it's in a similar style as Dark Knight.
I was amped the second they chose Pattinson, because it's like I'm not the type of guy that's gonna base one role on a person at all, and especially even though he was in the Twilight movies, I always felt like he's got a striking face,
especially because like those movies are so long ago already.
Yeah, they are.
And since then, he all like exclusively made indie movies, and he's so good at that. Like
to get away, I think to get away from all that shit too. Yeah.
Totally understand. And now he's coming back with Tenet, Batman. I'm really excited. Also, have you heard? Oh, I forgot that when we talked about news, but I think A24 is trying to nominate to
The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse. I think they're trying to get him an Oscar nomination for that, which I find I'm even more hyped about that film now.
I'm super hyped because I watched the preview again, and that movie looks really just strange too. Like it looks like a fun movie.
Movies.
Amazing. Yeah. A24, like I think we talked about it last time. The second I see that A24, I'm kind of excited to see what comes after. Just to see, because that's like the new big independent studio. I feel like the one to watch.
Oh yeah. They made amazing movies. I think mid-90s, Hereditary. I
need to watch that.
Mid-90s is one of my absolute favorites already. 10 out of 10. It's it's so relatable and authentic, and I like those movies. That. That's why I also rated this Vincent Cassel movie that high, because I just like that stuff. Okay, Christian Bale.
Speaking of Vincent Cassel, though, it needs to be in more shit. I love that guy.
He was the best thing in Black Swan for me.
I agree. Best
Which is
thing. And also probably the best thing about Ocean's 12. I actually like Ocean's 12 because he's in it.
Yeah, me too. But Ocean's 12 is the weakest one of the three.
Yes.
In the third one you got Al Pacino, which is fun.
But it's like Al Pacino playing Al Pacino. I feel like
the first one is unmatched.
I like Al Pacino when he fucking pushes it, not Al Pacino being Al Pacino. Fucking his weird. Al Pacino's strange to me, man. Like when his voice changed, I don't know what it is about Al Pacino, but he has this weird folksy sound to his voice now. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, is he Southern? Like, what the fuck is going on with Al Pacino now?
He has a strange voice, but I'm not good at recognizing accents. That's not what it is.
Right. Just to go from that soft, fucking Godfather 2 to, just it sounds so weird. I don't know.
All right. Christian Bale.
De Niro sounds the same. I'm just saying.
Dude, we'll be talking about those guys in a minute.
Yes.
Okay. Christian Bale.
Number 5.
Also, he's been one of my faves since I've first seen Batman Begins, which is like almost 10 years ago. So,
The exciting thing about having Christian Bale on your list there is that, and Gosling too, is that both of them are still pushing it. Like you're still going to see some great fucking roles by both of them. So,
dude, I'm hyped for Ford versus Ferrari. So,
whereas De Niro and Pacino, you just don't really.
But this was a strong year for both, because The Irishman is still coming, and Robert De Niro was in Joker. Al Pacino was in Hollywood. So
Al Pacino was in Hollywood, wasn't he? Shit.
Yeah, he was.
I forgot about that.
It's a good scene with DiCaprio, but like everyone besides DiCaprio and Brad Pitt is not that huge in that movie.
How's the performance by DiCaprio in Hollywood?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay. Next one is my man, Brad Pitt.
Number 4, Brad fucking Pitt.
Yeah.
Damn. Brad Pitt would not be that high for me. So I'm curious to hear what your. Yeah, I know you like Brad Pitt, but I'm just. I don't think he's ever been the greatest actor. I think he's made some really good roles, but I don't know if he's in the top 5 league here that you have going on.
For me, he is, because I really like him in Seven, Fight Club, but for me, like the performance when I saw it, and I thought like, dude, that guy's amazing. Snatch, because it's so weird.
You do like Snatch, that's true.
A lot. It's my favorite comedy movie ever. No, that's not true actually. Because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is kind of a comedy, but Snatch is just.
You don't really like comedies though, do you?
I like dark comedies.
Right, but a comedy you don't.
I thought about making a top 10 comedy movies.
I feel like I picked up on this with you though. You're not really drawn to just comedies, are you?
Like
you need a little darkness in there.
Also, comedy's not like the main appeal of a movie for me. Okay. I need something else besides comedy.
All right. Fair enough.
So Brad Pitt, Snatch, one of my favorite performances. Then of course, he's okay in Troy. It's not really an acting role.
No, it's more of a blockbuster role. Yeah.
He's good in Moneyball. Like, he's been consistently good, I feel. But also, he's picking very different roles. I feel like. 12 Monkeys. Maybe.
12 Monkeys, Legends of the Fall.
Oh, yeah, Legends of the Fall. 7 Years in Tibet. Dude, the 90s for Brad Pitt. Amazing.
Yeah, that's when he was. And even Interview with the Vampire. He's really good in Interview with the Vampire. Yeah, around that time, he was really pushing it. But I think nobody really talks too much about his Legends of the Fall performance. And I thought that was, I think the character alone was one of the most tragic fucking characters I've ever seen on screen. But I think he really fucking brought it in that role. And nobody really talks about that.
So underrated.
Fucking depressing. Like. It's very depressing.
That's true. But it's also really epic.
Visually epic. Yeah.
Like, from like the time it tells the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's just great movie. But I even like 7 Years of Tibet in Tibet. I like that even more. That's a great flick.
That's a slow one too. Slow one.
Yeah, I like slow
movie. Yeah.
Okay, so then I feel like in the last couple of years, Brad Pitt kind of. I forgot Inglourious Bastards, where I think
you got to remember that he's gone through a divorce, so that's a big chunk of time right there. So he's.
Yeah, the last couple of years have been weak. I feel like Fury by David Ayer.
What about the War Machine movie? Did you watch that?
I haven't seen that. No,
I haven't seen that either. So
he made Allied with Mario Cotillard, which wasn't that great. Yeah, but for me, maybe the reason why he's in the top 5, probably not, but I always liked him, but now this year he made 2 heavy hitters for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ad Astra might be one of his best performances, I think, because it's so different. But for me,
Ad Astra will be a cult classic. It'll be a cult classic.
Totally.
It'll be a cult classic.
For me, sure. The best role he's in, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay. Because he's just a fucking badass, and he's so cool without being like ridiculously cool. He's just cool. He has the.
I heard he might be getting nominated for the role.
I hope he's getting that. Like, he has an amazing scene near the end that's just.
Supporting role? It's supporting, right?
It's supporting, yeah.
Okay.
But he's as maybe has the same screen time as DiCaprio, but as good as DiCaprio is in that film, Brad Pitt has like the big scene in the end where you just leave the theater and think, man, Brad Pitt is so cool.
Really?
So, yeah. Really.
Okay. All right. Shit. I apologize. I have not seen that movie. So.
Also, his comedic talent in Hollywood is amazing.
He's got a good dry little sarcasm too.
Yeah. He has an amazing scene with Bruce Lee.
He's the kind of guy that can tell a joke and not know, is he joking? Is he telling me the truth? Kind of face about him. Yeah. I like Brad Pitt. I just don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see an Oscar out of Brad Pitt.
I hope for Hollywood, because it's like for I mean, I hope that Rick Dalton. No, not Rick Dalton. What am I talking about?
That was Leonardo his name,
right? That's Leonardo DiCaprio's name in Hollywood. I hope that DiCaprio's getting the Oscar for Rick Dalton, but I think it's gonna go to Joaquin Phoenix. So.
Right.
But I think then still like supporting actor, I think Brad Pitt has a chance.
Well, I mean, you've seen both movies. I have not seen both movies. You got Leo, you got Joker there. Which one are you taking if you're the Academy?
Yeah, that's a question. I mean, I hope it goes to DiCaprio, even though I would
really
think
so.
That,
if you have the vote for the Academy, you're voting for DiCaprio over the Joaquin performance.
I think so because it's more low key in a way, but sometimes really extra verted, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel
Joaquin.
Like
Poor
Joaquin deserves an Oscar, of course, but dude, I don't know. It's a hard year for that actually. Like hard to decide.
It might be actually. It might when it comes down to it, because I don't think we haven't seen everything yet. You know, we haven't seen everything.
Yeah,
yet.
There's still Ford versus Ferrari. Christian Bale might.
And there's always like a couple independent movies that, you know, get released for like 2 days in Hollywood before the end of the year, just so they can be eligible, and then they get a little hype.
Dude, maybe it gets like the Oscar goes to Robert Pattinson for the Lighthouse. Who knows?
Because I didn't know about Moonlight. You know what I mean? I had no idea about that movie at all until it got nominated. And I was like, all right, I'm going to check this out. And then I saw it and I was like, fuck, all right. This is the movie, you know?
All right. Top 3.
Top fucking 3.
This is not a surprise.
All right, I'm going to call it here.
Yeah.
Pacino, De Niro, DiCaprio.
Not in that order, though.
Damn, not in that order.
Okay, next one is Al Pacino.
All right, Top Pacino 3. Number 3. Can't fucking say no to that.
It's just sad that like he's not making as like his movies aren't as good anymore.
I think it's him. I think his performance has degraded over time a little bit.
That might be, yeah.
Even though he's churned in some really good performances here and there, that is just not the same actor that we've seen. And like I'm looking at a picture right now of his greatest role he ever turned in.
Right. There's no discussion. For me, his best role is Godfather Part 2.
Godfather 2 is his best role. Followed by, for me, close second would be Dog Day.
But Scent of a Woman is also amazing. So.
Scent of a Woman's great. Yeah.
Scarface, you know.
Scarface is great. You know, he's... It's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer.
Heat.
I don't know.
Heat is also amazing. Dude, like, Pacino's just the man.
There's a great line, too, in Heat. When he's he's doing his whole Pacino thing, and he's like, "You had your face all up in her ass." it's so Pacino, you know, that moment.
Kind of sounded like Christopher Walken though.
Yeah, I've never been able to perfect it.
Up his ass.
So, up his ass. No.
Yeah, Walken is not on my list, but he's cool.
I'm surprised. Yeah, Walken wouldn't. Yeah, there's a couple people you've left off here that I'm surprised.
Dude, it's 20 actors out of hundreds. So
I can guarantee you that Mark Strong will not be in your top 10 next time you make this list.
No, probably. I mean, he's above Ryan Gosling, which is and Edward Norton.
Seems off there.
Yeah, right.
And maybe after Motherless Brooklyn. After the riveting performance.
Maybe then Bruce Willis.
Yeah, they're actually saying Bruce Willis is good and Edward Norton both good. Because Edward Norton could be a dark horse there to come in and just steal an Oscar there.
Oh yeah, right. That's so exciting, actually. This time of the year.
If you're into film, then it's always the best time of the year, man.
No, the good stuff's coming out.
This is when it starts really coming out because they got to be eligible. So.
Okay, so Pacino, just Godfather 1 and 2. For me, it's always kind of a weird feeling because for me, Michael Corleone and Al Pacino are two different people. Mm-hmm. Like I don't see Al Pacino in that role, not at all.
That's acting. That's how good.
Yeah, but also
how fucking good he was.
His look changed totally when he got older.
Yeah,
it's so strange.
Whereas De Niro kind of still looks like.
Robert you can see. Yeah, but now, like looking at this picture I put on. This is totally different to what he looks like in Scarface.
Yeah. I mean, he had some versatility though, but I think you're right on the money there of just two totally different people, and the coldness of Michael will always resonate with me.
Also, that fucking scene where he shoots the policeman officer and that other guy in the restaurant, that's amazing.
I mean, the one of my favorite scenes is Godfather 2 when he shuts the door on Kay. I just like his eyes back then were just like, that's all he had to do was just stare out into the distance with his eyes, and it's almost Gosling-esque, when you Gosling might be taking pages from Pacino now that I think about it. Not nearly the eyes, but just that presence,
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I think if you make a list of greatest all time, he's got to be up there. He's got to be top 3, top 5.
Certainly. Yeah, and still, like, he felt very energetic in Hollywood, even though he's not much in the movie, but like it seems like he really enjoyed being in the movie.
Okay.
And I feel like in The Irishman, that could be a good performance
I feel like this is going to be the best performance by Pacino that we've seen in a very long time.
Dude, maybe De Niro and Pacino will get an Oscar.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Maybe.
Yeah, probably not because Joker exists, but...
Did you see Righteous Kill, the movie that they were in?
I have not.
Where they were cops, dirty cops?
No.
Pacino says he regrets the movie big time because I guess the story wasn't that good or anything, but I always wanted to watch that because it's like, that's a rare thing that they're together, so.
Pacino has lots of movies to regret.
Like what?
Like, I don't know the names, but recently he's been making some bad movies.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. Well, he got sucked. I have not watched these HBO movies, but this Kevorkian movie that he made, what's the other one, man? The Phil Spector movie that he made. So he's made some, and then the Joe Paterno movie. So there's like this HBO trilogy of biopics that he's made, and I honestly should watch those to see if his acting is good in those, because those are some roles that kind of stretch it for him a little bit. That's not Pacino being Pacino, I don't think. I think you and me both probably should take a look at those at some point.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, sounds about it.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe when we get a chance, we'll watch it.
Okay, second place.
De Niro.
He's not no, it's DiCaprio.
What?
Yeah.
My boy Leo's not number one.
Dude, I always say that De Niro is my absolute fave.
Well, credit goes to Scorsese here for just knowing, how to break both of those
pushing both.
Out. Yes.
The best. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Like the best movies De Niro made are probably all by Scorsese, or most, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
And same with DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But for DiCaprio, like, I haven't seen all of his stuff. I really want to. Like Gilbert Grape is something I need to watch, because I heard that, like, I mean, he got Oscar nominated for that, and I heard that. I mean, at that age, to be that good, I need to watch that to judge him.
There's 3 movies though from back then that he was hyped, like, from the get-go, with This Boy's Life, The Basketball Diaries, and Gilbert Grape. Gilbert Grape, I think, was the bigger one because he got the nomination for Gilbert Grape.
What about Jim Carroll?
Probably the best version of Gilbert Grape. Jim Carroll, that's The Basketball Diaries?
Oh yeah, okay, that's different title in German then.
Oh, they call it Jim Carroll over there?
It's called Jim Carroll in the Streets of New York.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so weird. Like, The Basketball Diaries is such a better title than Jim Carroll. I haven't seen
it. I don't know.
You should watch it.
Doesn't have that Donnie Wahlberg?
I think Mark Wahlberg's in it, actually.
Oh, okay.
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
Don't call him Marky Mark. He'll get upset. You know what I mean? I don't know why the troll in me just, if I ever meet Mark Wahlberg, be like, such good vibrations, bro, and then run away,
Okay, DiCaprio has, like, I think he's in everybody's top 5.
Yeah.
Feels like.
Yeah. Unless you don't like him, then, I get it.
Yeah, but there's, like, for every big actor has like haters and stuff, but like there's no reason at all. Like there's a reason to hate Sam Worthington, but like hating DiCaprio, dude. Like you just don't enjoy movies.
I could see people. I honestly think that's a good comparison. The Robert Pattinson DiCaprio, even though I don't think Pattinson is in that league, at least not yet. If ever,
not yet, yeah.
If ever, I don't know.
He's very young, actually. He's like 33, so.
But I put DiCaprio at like, if I'm making a list, he's number one. He's number one, like straight.
Totally
up.
see that, yeah.
Because like, I mean, it was hard for me not to see Hollywood in the theater, but usually when he makes a movie nowadays, especially the last decade, it's like you gotta watch it. Like you know that this is gonna be quality.
Yeah, because he's not making that many movies. It always feels special. Like
yeah.
Before Hollywood, his last movie was Revenant. That's 4 years ago.
That was a long time, man. Like he got that Oscar and he wanted to chill. So can't blame him for that. But I would like to see him in more movies for sure. For sure.
Dude, there's so much planned with him and Scorsese. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, like 3 movies with him and Scorsese, and one of them is also with Robert De Niro, which is amazing.
Just gotta open that up real quick.
He's gonna play Theodore Roosevelt, I think.
Right. Okay.
I think that's a Scorsese movie. Then something called The Black Hand, I think, and The Devil in the White Chapel. Like there's good stuff coming, I think.
Huh. I remember this Black Hand book. Huh. Interesting.
Oh, but no, that's not by Scorsese though. Okay.
No.
On The Devil in the White City is gonna be a TV series, and he's gonna play a serial killer. Isn't that just amazing?
About H.H. Holmes, yeah.
Yeah. Like, dude.
This Roosevelt movie is probably going to be pretty incredible. That's going to be a big one.
I hope so.
That's going to be a big one because you're going to have some frontier shit going on. You're going to have the Spanish War going on. Like that. That's got potential, man.
Even for me as a German, there was always kind of a fascination about the Roosevelt. I don't know.
Really? Teddy Roosevelt, huh?
Yeah, like some adventurous feeling about him. I don't know why.
The Rough Riders,
Yeah, and then Killers of the Flower Moon with him and Robert De Niro. That's gonna be good.
Killers of the Flower. Oh, there it is. Killers of the Flower Moon, pre-production, Martin Scorsese. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
Scorsese's going out with a fucking boom, man. Like he's
just not quitting.
That's so strange, like to be that old, just cranking it like that. Cranking it. Hey, Katie, what's happening, girl? She's still here.
All right. Like my favorite performance by him. I mean, I gotta give it to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's
because it's really one of his best, even not his best. For me, it's his like. Dude, I mean, I've seen it so many times, so maybe I'm biased, but it's amazing.
Ryan Creamer. What is Ryan Creamer? Have you heard of this?
No.
I have not either. Katie's asking, have we heard of Ryan Creamer? No, I have not. I have not. Now, my favorite performance by Leo, we've talked about it before. No, The Aviator. Actually, The Aviator.
That's one of the movies I don't really like.
Oh, I fucking love it, man. Oh, every moment in that movie is special. So good. So good. And the attention to detail. It's the attention to detail of just the little things like the crash over Hollywood, just the little tiny things. Cate Blanchett's performance.
Yeah, she is so good in that.
Fantastic.
Super annoying.
So you're not that type. He makes seriously silly vids on porn sites. Yeah, we don't review that around here, Katie. Okay, listen, I don't know what you're watching out in Denmark.
All right.
Ryan so, yeah, my favorite. I should have known that with the name Creamer. Like, what the fuck? He's over here trolling me.
Okay. So
close second though, Wolf of Wall Street. Sorry. There you go.
Yeah, that's a really good one too. And The Revenant is also good.
It's such a fun movie though too. Like Wolf of Wall Street from start to finish is it's kind of a callback to Goodfellas and the old school Scorsese feel. So good.
Also, I kind of have a heart. That sounds bad, but I have a heart for Kelvin Candy. because
yeah,
Shane is so good.
Yeah, it's good to see him as a truly villainous role too. Like he is a
rare.
fucking asshole in that movie. That's and Shutter Island too. It's God
The Departed.
God damn, dude. This run by him and Scorsese is just unfucking believable, man.
I think like 5 or 6 movies straight.
Yeah.
Great.
Like, how crazy is that? Like back in the day, he latches on to De Niro, knows what he's doing, and then just latches on to DiCaprio like this. And he latched on to DiCaprio when DiCaprio was still in that Pattinson-esque time frame, because it was right after Titanic that he really started to latch on to him. So crazy, man.
Also, Catch Me If You Can. Good movie.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite Spielbergs right there. Catch Me If You Can. I like that one. I love that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a huge fan. Christopher Walken was good.
Not a huge fan of Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, I don't remember much.
Do you hate America? Is that what it is?
I don't even know what you mean by that.
Tom Hanks was good in it though.
But like, I don't remember much from the movie. I don't want to call it forgettable, but dude,
Tom Hanks not on the list here.
No, he's not.
Wow. No Tommy Hanks.
I would say, if I like objectively, Tom Hanks should make the list probably. But like, I like him a lot, but he's like, I'm not crazy about watching a Tom Hanks movie nowadays.
I think he would be like top 30 for me, not top 20.
For sure.
Yeah.
I thought about Samuel L. Jackson because I like seeing him in movies, but he's just like always the same, and he's making all like so many kind of irritating. Like, you know what I mean?
I would not put Samuel L. Jackson on my list.
But he's still so cool, and he can act. He can act very well.
And Katie, if you're wondering why we didn't include Tom Hanks, I'm thinking just me and Amon see eye to eye on a lot of things, and I think it's just that Tom Hanks has only stretched it a few times, at least in my opinion, because it just feels like.
We can talk about him.
It's just another Tom Hanks movie. That's kind of how I feel when I see Tom Hanks. He's got some good movies though.
For me, Tom Hanks was at his strongest in the 90s. With Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan, The Green Mile,
Apollo. You got some big ones in there.
Then Catch Me If You Can and stuff.
He's a back-to-back Academy Award winner too. Back to fucking.
Oh, I haven't seen Philadelphia actually. Yeah.
Philadelphia is pretty good, dude. Philadelphia is kind of a.
Isn't that Denzel Washington as well?
Yeah. Jonathan Demme movie. Jonathan Demme, the guy that directed Silence of the Lambs, he has this really visual style where he's framing the shot on the person's face. I don't know if you remember this from Silence of the Lambs, but it's where they're actually looking into the camera when they're talking. And the way he does it is so good. And he does that in Philadelphia. And dude, Philadelphia is great. Denzel Washington should have got an Oscar for that. Like, that's how good that movie was. Philadelphia.
Denzel Washington nearly made the list, actually. I like, the more stuff I see, the more I like him. Like, this year was strong. I watched like Glory, Remember the Titans, Inside Man, and stuff. Like
he to me is just like Pacino. In my
opinion.
He's like he started off so good and so great shit, but then I don't really necessarily like his older Denzel stuff as much.
The Equalizer 2 was really
That's supposed to be better than John Wick 3, I heard.
What the fuck?
I'm just fucking with
like, who's saying that?
Oh, man.
It's not even the same kind of film.
So you're saying I should watch John Wick 3? Is what you're saying.
John Wick 3 is one of my favorite action movies of all time already. Because it has Asian martial arts mixed in it. It has 2 guys from the Raid. It has Mark Dacascos.
Okay, now that's not helping anything. When you say Mark Dacascos, that's like such a big turn.
It's not. He's so cool in that film, dude.
Now, the good thing about this show is it has made me want to watch more movies, which is probably why I watched so many goddamn movies in between our last time we talked. So, I know I figured you'd be proud of me here. So
yeah, I am actually.
3 weeks in a row.
What did you watch? Like 5 movies?
Look, El Camino, so that's 1, The Witch, Midsummer, fucking like 8 movies, 7 movies. Yeah.
Dude, it's amazing. That's more than I watched, I think.
I mean, back in the day, man, I used to put it away, man. I was the kid, used to go to the video store. The video store, that's right. tapes. Fucking used to get 12 at a time.
All right, old man.
Watch them all. Not even rewind them because I was that hardcore. And just fucking bring them back, get 10 more. It's crazy.
Okay, I watched 8 movies last week.
Yeah. I wonder.
Dude, I can highly recommend this French movie with Cassel to you.
Right.
If you can watch that, watch it. It's so good.
No,
Maybe
I probably
we can
will.
talk about that one.
I'm not like into foreign movies that much, but
yeah, I know.
I do like that guy.
Because you're American.
I mean, we just listen. Everybody knows we do everything better here. You know, I mean, that's just everybody knows
right.
it. Katie knows it.
Okay, moving on. So my favorite performance by DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. In top 1, no big surprise, it's fucking Robert De Niro. I think this picture from him in Casino is my favorite picture of him because he looks so fucking cool in that.
He looks so fucking cool. It's just sad that he played such a weak ass role in Casino. Just saying.
Dude, Casino is amazing.
I hate his character in that role though. I just hate him because he's such a bitch. He's such a bitch. Yeah, I know. I can't stand how he just holds Sharon Stone hostage the whole entire movie. Like, the bitch just wants to leave. He's like, no, you gotta be with me. You gotta be with me. It was a tough character for me to, like... Casino is kind of a mind fuck. Like, you don't like anybody in Casino. I'm not rooting for any of those people.
Yeah, but still, Joe Pesci is so pathetic in a way.
Oh, he's great.
That you kind of feel pity for him in the end.
Oh, you mean after he gets... whacked?
Because like the scene where he gets like kidnapped is super intense.
Oh, it's fucking that there is classic Scorsese, just extreme violence done to its done. I'm not perfect.
Maybe it's controversial to say that, but I feel like Casino. I like it more than Goodfellas.
No, you've told me that before. I get that. I think there's a lot of people though that feel that way.
It's a more fun movie, I think.
Yeah. No, I disagree, but yeah.
But Casino's not my favorite performance by De Niro, not even
Casino's
close.
pretty long, too. That's a 3-hour flick, right?
Yeah, true.
3-hour movie.
To pick one performance from De Niro is super hard because for me, he's the actor who, like, I've seen a lot of De Niro movies and he's always fantastic. Like, even Meet the Parents, he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's strange.
And even in a small role in Godfather 2, he's great in Godfather 2.
He got the Oscar for that. Yeah.
So
Deer Hunter, he's just overall he's been so good. I chose the most recent performance I really like by him, which is A Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale, okay.
Even though I would say like This Boy's Life with that last week with the villains, he's like his character in This Boy's Life is so good, like as a villain. But still, I felt like dude, I really liked him in The Bronx Tale. I mean, I like him in most movies, even though he's often a bad guy.
You just like him because he's a good dad in A Bronx Tale.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Right. It's the dad thing in there, I think.
Dude. Can't get rid of it. But he's of course I really like him in Angel Heart.
Yeah.
Awakenings is really good.
He's good in that.
Yeah. Heat, of course. Like I have to see Jackie Brown again, but I like that scene where he shoots Bridget Fonda.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty funny.
He's good in the role with Jackie Brown.
And then Silver Linings Playbook, dude.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that to me was De Niro returning to acting in a way, just because he's fucked up in that movie. Like he's funny, like the scenes are funny and shit, but he's got a mental illness. He's got severe OCD, and you see it like throughout the movie. But the scenes with him and like Bradley Cooper when they're reconnecting, and like there's a scene when De Niro's explaining to him why he likes football so much. And God, that again, like the dad thing, that shit gets to me a little bit because it's like that's what he knew. That's the only thing that he knew that could connect him and his son together. And I just thought, man, that's great De Niro performance right there. Is Silver Linings Playbook.
It really is. Oscar nominated.
Love him. Yeah, I love him in that role. I love that fucking movie though. So
De Niro kept up like his career. He sustained it way better than Al Pacino.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because De Niro is still making really good movies, like Silver Linings.
I don't think Pacino can do comedy, so just
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think he can, or I don't think he wants to. I don't know, but he just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that wants to do comedy.
Like his scene in Hollywood is comedic, but it's not like comedy.
Right. But it's not like analyze this, analyze that, fucking meet the parents.
Also, like in Joker, I like De Niro a lot. Even though
So did I.
It's actually like in Joker, it's a typical De Niro role. He's that cocky asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And like he always De Niro has that face expression that's so De Niro like.
Like I could have gone for a movie just about him as that host. I could have gone just for like
could have
trials,
been a sequel,
like the trials and tribulations of that host. Like I think that could have made for a good movie because I just like the scenes that he was in. So
I actually like when his show starts and he's dancing. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. There's a movie that came out a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, called The Comedian. I have not watched that.
I haven't seen it either.
I kind of wouldn't mind seeing that, where he plays an older stand-up comedian, I think.
I heard it's not that good, sadly.
Probably not, but there's a lot of movies that we've heard have not been good that have been great.
And now I'm really excited about The Irishman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because that feels like he has, like, that feels like his movie again. Mm-hmm. Where he's the main character in that movie, which, like, never happened in the last couple years for De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
He was always a side character because he's old. But now, fucking de-aging, he's back, man.
It's funny because you have all these callbacks to nostalgia the last few years. Like you've got like an Alien movie, you've got a Star Wars movie, you've got all these bitchin' little callbacks, like the Dark Crystal movie on Netflix. You got like just these things that are coming back. But one of the coolest underrated little nostalgia trips is this fucking Scorsese fucking hurrah that we got going on with The Irishman with Pesci, Keitel, Pacino, and De Niro. Like Pacino for me, not so much because just because he's not the Scorsese. He's not in the fraternity of Scorsese, you know. The fraternity.
But it's just nice seeing him back in a good movie.
Oh no! I'm not complaining about that. What I mean is the fraternity of De Niro.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. Yeah,
De Niro, Pesci, and Scorsese together. That is the biggest draw for me. Probably Joe Pesci is probably the biggest draw for me with The Irishman. I cannot wait to see Joe Pesci again on screen.
He's actually in the foreground on the poster.
He's just. It's like that actor that I didn't realize I missed that much until I saw him again in that trailer. It's just like, dude, oh my God.
In that trailer, he looks so dangerous, I feel like. He looks like a total asshole.
Yeah. And he's 5'3". You know? Yeah. It's crazy.
Also, Harvey Keitel.
Such intensity from a little dude. Like, and you gotta watch Raging Bull too, because you realize like, wow, he's always been like this. Like,
but he's also got very good comedic talent in Lethal Weapon and Home Alone. So.
Oh yeah. I actually like him in Home Alone a lot.
It's crazy. Like the meta score on The Irishman increased to 94.
Ooh.
It feels like a mic drop movie. You know, just like Scorsese.
It might be. I mean, this is a movie too that Scorsese has been wanting to make in Hollywood for like I read like 10 years. He's been trying to make this movie, but it wasn't possible. So I think because of the streaming service, he was able to make it a lot quicker. But it
seems like a very nice story to tell.
Yeah.
Frank Sheeran.
The thing is about it though too is that there was a really good Jimmy Hoffa movie back in the day that nobody ever talks. Huh?
Kill the Irishman?
No, that has nothing to do with Hoffa. Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
But the movie Hoffa with Jack Nicholson as Jimmy Hoffa is really good, actually.
One sec.
Danny DeVito. Yeah, Danny DeVito directed that too. So, good flick. The good part about that is he actually looks like Jimmy Hoffa because of the makeup. Like he really looks like Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah. Whereas Pacino just looks like fucking Pacino. So.
He got the haircut though.
I mean,
yeah. Still, dude, like that cast.
Yeah.
Also, you got like Ray Romano in that, I think, in The Irishman.
And you have one of my favorite comedians, Sebastian Maniscalco, who I just saw in Tucson, Arizona, a couple months ago performing live. He plays Joe Gallo in the movie, so I'm really excited to see, because I think this might be Sebastian's coming out party into film.
No, he wasn't Catch Me.
I think you're gonna see him in more shit, actually. Sebastian.
Yeah, it was in Green Book recently, and that movie with that comedy with Jeremy Renner and John Hamm.
He was in it, really?
Yeah.
Maniscalco?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Tag was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I like Tag.
Tag was fun.
Jake Johnson again.
Yeah, Jake Johnson, but John Hamm, Jeremy Renner. Dude, that was some news too of the week. I don't know if you caught that, but Jeremy Renner got accused of threatening to kill himself, holding his wife against her will, all this crazy shit. But this was apparently out, before the divorce or whatever, so nothing's been proven. You can't really, you know.
I don't want to talk about that stuff here, you know.
You don't want to talk about real life shit?
Yeah, but like, because what can we say about that?
Not much, other than I just read a lot of people on Twitter condemning Jeremy Renner without knowing the story, which I thought was really funny. It's like, Jesus, why don't you wait for the outcome here to find out like what's going on? I mean, Jesus, man, one accusation can cripple just the entire career sometimes of people. So
yeah, true. Also, I don't want to talk about the Robert De Niro going on right now because I feel like it's really dumb.
Oh, you mean the political shit?
No. Oh. Yeah, that too. But like he got accused of something, but we can talk about that in private.
De Niro accused of fondling some people's buttocks at the grocery store.
One of his employees like sues him because he fired her, because she like wasted tons of money of his company. Okay. And like now she suing him kind of seems like just a revenge act to ruin him.
Slander, suing you for slander, that kind of thing.
I don't know. It's really. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean?
I don't want to talk about it. I won't. God damn it!
But I still did. Okay, right. So my favorite De Niro performance. It's just hard to tell. You know, I would say probably best one is This Boy's Life is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Godfather 2 maybe.
I think my favorite
Taxi Driver maybe.
My favorite would be because I kind of think Taxi Driver is a little overrated. I know that might be blasphemy for some people, but the movie is. I feel like the movie is only the movie is the greatest in the last like 30 minutes. I think.
True.
Like other than that, it's just a fucking depression fest basically, and it's just very dated, very 70s, like very fucking 70s. Like almost too much. Like I'm not really a fan of Mean Streets either. I don't think Mean Streets is that great. I think that was before Scorsese really took his form. I think Scorsese really hits his stride maybe in Raging Bull. I think that was really the turning point.
It's with Harvey Keitel as well, right? Mean Streets?
Yeah, Harvey Keitel is actually the main guy in Mean Streets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. De Niro is the supporter, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think my favorite performance, honestly, De Niro, is probably going to be Max Cady.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, as a favorite, I'd have to go favorite. Yeah. Like, I fucking love him.
I like him in Heat.
I like him in Heat as well.
I like him in so many things, you know.
Man, the hype for Heat, man, you just don't know. You just don't know. The hype that I had for Heat for the first time, seeing these two powerhouses coming together. And this was at the height of my movie watching like career, you know. This was around the time that all I wanted out of life was to be a goddamn director. So, like, I could not wait for Heat. I saw that shit 5 times in the theater. Just
crazy.
I remember I took my cousin and she's like, "What is this movie?" You know, I'm like, "You're gonna love it. It's fucking De Niro, blah blah blah." And she's like, "Okay, whatever." She fell asleep like 3 times in that movie.
What the fuck?
Just not her kind of movie, man.
but the shootout woke her up, right?
She woke up during the shootout and then went back to sleep. Yeah.
Dude, I could never fall asleep during a movie. I never did that.
Probably the best shootout ever.
Nah, yeah. Django Unchained.
Well, I mean, modern day, you know, we'll separate those. But yeah, modern day shootout in the streets. it's tough to top that. Like that was so fucking good. The sounds,
the sound design is amazing. Yeah.
Yes. Anywho.
Another great thing about De Niro, I think, is that he's as good in supporting roles as in leading roles, and he does both. Like DiCaprio almost only does leading roles.
Yeah, and I wonder, will we see DiCaprio in a supporting role? I'm sure we will, but not anytime soon, I don't think.
No.
I think
he's just too big of a name.
He is. He really is. Like, I think it would be cool to see him in a supporting role. Like,
Django Unchained.
Uncredited, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You're right. You're right, though. Django is a supporting role. You're right. He is not Django.
The only one, actually. Or he's not the main guy in Gilbert, right?
Yeah. Like back in the day, yeah. This Boy's Life, that would be like, is he the star or is it?
I think, yeah.
I think you would say he's the star, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But Gilbert Grape definitely supporting but that was before he was DiCaprio. Like,
but other than that, and Django, like, dude, almost always.
Body of Lies feels like a like that feels like co-leads to me almost. Like,
you mean with Russell Crowe?
With Russell Crowe, yeah. It feels like a co-lead.
I'm not a fan of that movie.
I know you hate that movie. I love that movie.
I don't hate it. It's a 6 out of 10. It's very well made, but I just don't like it.
So good. You need to watch it like 5 more times, I think.
That sounds horrible.
Watch, Body of Lies, Miami Vice, then watch Body of Lies again, and then Miami Vice again.
You mean on one evening?
In one evening, one go.
And then
Carlito's Way is on your recommendations. I don't know about that, man. You might.
Dude, that's one of my favorite Sean Penn performances.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Sean Penn, great, but the movie.
They shouldn't have spoiled the end.
Thank you. That's one of the reasons I hate that fucking movie.
I don't know why people do that. Like same with 12 Monkeys, even though it's not really that obvious, but like I hate that shit.
12 Monkeys is good because you don't really know unless you have like a keen eye, but. That's actually a good twist if you don't really see that coming. But if you see it coming, it's fucking pretty easy. Yeah.
But Carlito's Way I think it's pretty good. But my recommendations list is fucking short because it doesn't pick up all the posters.
I know. I've seen City of God like 5 times. Like,
I think it just goes from A to C movies.
Children of Men, fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic movie. What do you think about Clive Owen? I don't think he's a great actor, but
no.
Anyways.
I don't either. I think he has screen presence, but
I think he's amazing in Sin City. Actually,
love him in Sin City. Thank you. Yeah,
he's just a badass, but he's not like his acting is not.
Incredible. Yeah, badass does not make a good actor, but there's a lot of badasses in Sin City. I mean, you got 3 badasses in the original
Benicio del Toro is such a fuck.
Well, I was gonna say actually, Bruce Willis. Was Harker? Is it Harker? Hardigan. Thank you. And then Marv, Mickey Rourke. God, dude, Sin City.
I need to see that again, actually. It's been so long.
Fantastic. The second one, not so much.
Yeah, but it gets too much hate, I think.
I think it gets too much hate.
It's not horrible, but it's just mediocre in comparison.
It's kind of saved because you have Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You got Mickey Rourke back. That's kind of like what saves it.
What I felt was weird was putting Josh Brolin in the Clive Owen role.
Yeah,
that was strange.
What was really strange is when they do the plastic surgery thing.
That's what I mean.
That is jarringly bad. So, really takes you out of the moment there.
Maybe Clive Owen didn't want to be in that film, but
I can't remember the story behind that. I think it was
me neither.
I think it was a story of like he had a different face in the comic. I don't know if that was true.
Yeah, but then they could still just like put makeup on Clive Owen.
Right. I don't really know how true to the comic the second one was, because I know the first one was literally they took, like Rodriguez has already said, it's not an adaptation, it's a translation. So it's literally them taking the frames right off the comic book and just putting it into film, which is revolutionary. I really wish we would see more of that, that style. I love that style.
Maybe
But Robert Rodriguez, just a quick thing here.
Yeah.
Just don't make a bunch of Spy Kids movies, and fuck up your whole career, like
Lolita Battle Angel.
It's like, you're riding high, you're making good movies, you're like one of the new hot guns of fucking Hollywood. And like, you know, I'm going to go make a bunch of kids movies that suck. Shark Boy. What the fuck, man? Anyway.
Yeah.
Probably a good time to end it, though, huh?
Yeah, I would think so. I just thought that we could maybe talk about comic book movies in general one day.
Okay.
Because there's more than just Marvel and DC.
Oh, yeah.
As you said, like Sin City, 300 and stuff.
Well,
E04 Vendetta.
Yeah, and you know I'd be up for that because, you know, graphic novels to me are still technically a comic book movie. Like Watchmen, V for Vendetta, they're still based on a comic book. So
Walking Dead.
Because some people will be like, well, that's a graphic novel. I'm like, no, it's a comic book, dude. Just get a grip on yourself, you know.
Where's the difference?
Well, a graphic novel is a standalone, whereas a comic book is an ongoing series. So.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. There you go.
That's still kind of the same thing.
And a trade paperback almond is a collection of comic books, generally issued from 5 issues, 6 issues, story arcs, packed into one nice little trade paperback that sometimes people confuse with graphic novels. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks for the comic book lesson.
I know you really needed to hear that. I do love the James Dean. The James Dean is probably...
That's pretty chill, right? That's
a chill picture. I like that. He's just chilling on the set, thinking about dying.
Were you just surprised that he wasn't on my list?
No. I know you're a James Dean guy, but I think you know that there's only so much you can do with old Jimmy Dean.
I'm in 3 movies.
I still like the idea of just... I know it was you that brought it up, I think you did the poster, right? With Steve McQueen.
Yeah, I did.
I love that idea of movies that didn't happen. I love that. I think that's one of the coolest ideas.
I still have to improve on that poster thing. It doesn't look like ideally it would look like ones from
But it was 60s. So cool though. Like you captured like the look of it. Like you captured the look of it. Like I could see that like walking by in the video store and seeing the box. And just like
Summit.
Fucking Steve McQueen, you know, James Dean. All right, I'll watch it. You know, fucking just looked like it was right out of that era. So pretty cool.
I actually like for my dad for Christmas, I'm already planning to do a movie poster about David Lynch, where I'm just like taking different things from David Lynch movies and putting it together in a kind of collage for a movie poster. That should be really hard, I think, but...
So basically all you need is just a still of Kyle MacLachlan.
I got Cooper, like from Twin Peaks on that poster. I put it together with photographs already, because planning ahead and stuff.
Jokes aside, man, honestly, that could be fucking bitching. And there's probably going to be some Lynch fans that'll fucking want a copy of that.
Do you know when like old movie posters often or westerns often have a section at the bottom where like there's a little scene where guys shoot each other and stuff?
Right at the bottom,
yeah.
Yeah.
For my David Lynch poster, I got Kyle MacLachlan and Sting from Dune, you know, with a knife, which I think kind of fits very well with like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I got like Eraserhead, that guy. I haven't seen it, so like I only picked the.
Eraserhead's actually a kind of a tense flick.
It doesn't like I could watch it. It's on Amazon, but for me it looks super creepy, and I'm not into that right now.
Yeah, that's your dad's dude, though, right? David Lynch. He's a David Lynch guy.
Yeah. He really likes Twin Peaks and Mulholland Drive and Lost Highway and stuff.
Fuck yeah, out there shit, dude. Mulholland Drive and fucking Lost.
Yeah, he's a big fan. That's why I'm making the poster. You know?
No, that'll be really cool. That'll be really cool. I like that.
Dude, like when my shit for like I'm applying to art school, so I need to have a portfolio, and when that's done, I can finally do fan art again and stuff. Dude, I want to draw Batman so bad.
Why not draw Batman?
Because I don't feel like it's right to include fan art in your portfolio. You should come up with your own shit.
I see what you're saying. Okay, all right.
But after
just draw it on the side. Or are you just too busy?
Yeah, I'm really busy. I have to crank out stuff right now, basically.
How much do you need to crank out for your portfolio?
Like eight pieces in 2 weeks.
8 pieces. Now, are you printing these out because you're a digital guy?
I'll get them printed, yeah.
Okay. All right. And this is a real thing? You're going in?
I'm trying, yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
If I don't make it, I'll just try it again. I think.
I mean, it's art. You can do it till you die, so, you know.
Yeah.
And if your arm falls off, you start painting with your nose. We all know that.
Right.
I thought about that. Like, what am I going to do if I lose my right hand? You know, like, would I take the time to learn with my left hand? You know what, Amon? Don't think so. I think I'd just die.
Yeah. I mean, you can still watch movies, though, so.
Yeah, but, I mean, can't jerk off, can't draw, can't game the same. I mean, I got to get one of those special controllers. Got to play with my nub. You know, fuck that. I take the easy way out.
Yeah, dude, like, yeah.
I gotta quit ending the shows with these weird, depressing things. I need you to close it out for me, please.
All right. So yeah,
it was a good show.
I'm not good at that stuff. Like,
okay. All right, I'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Stairway to Cinema episode 4. Thank you for everyone chilling with me and Amon here talking about Spider-Man. Even though it's been a while since we've talked on Spider-Man.
I mean, as I said, the main movie is almost always like, I mean, there's only so much you can say about a movie, so the top 10 lists take most of the time, I feel like.
And you do want to, like, avoid hyper, why can't I say hyperbole? I can't. Why do I keep going to hyperbole? Anyway, you can't have hyperbole, you know, because I'm a big problem with that. I'll just be like, amazing, incredible, awesome, unbelievable. Fucking the Donald Trump of critics here. Anyway,
I feel like that our review to Most Violent Year was the most detailed one because we actually had stuff to criticize.
We broke that shit down, didn't we?
Yeah,
we did.
But for Joker and Spider-Verse, it's kind of hard to find stuff we don't like. So,
right. So do you think we should watch movies that we can criticize more? Like,
I mean, we should maybe. We lose kind of, dude. I think we lose credibility if we only do like 9 out of 10 movies or 10 out of 10.
Oh, I agree. That's why
we should probably pick something where we're not sure about.
Like one of my favorite podcasts I listen to, Film Sack. They've been doing it for years. They've been doing this show. It's like episode 500, I think. But they purposely pick movies that are bad just to break them down. So I totally get what you're saying, because if it's too good, it's just going to be me and you jerking off, you know.
Yeah, it's super boring.
All over De Niro's face and how here's a question about De Niro. Here's a question.
Yeah, okay.
Would De Niro be as good if he didn't have the mole on his face? Think about it. Just think about it for a minute. That mole is very distinct.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, sorry to be scatterbrained here at the end, but Midnight Run. You got to see Midnight Run.
Fantastic. I actually own it, so yeah.
Oh, you got to watch Midnight Run.
I can watch that.
You got to watch that.
Yeah. So talking about that, I mean, next movie we can decide off stream.
Yeah, I like deciding off stream that way we're not like
but I feel like one day we can talk about that French movie I just watched this week.
You really want me to watch this French movie to talk about?
Dude, it's so good. But not next week or like anytime soon, because it's a good movie. So
no, I'll get it queued up. I mean, look, like I said, this show has actually got me in the mood to watch movies again. So
that's good. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
because I mean, look, I know you're a person that wants to continue the show.
Yeah, so, certainly.
Like, I'm just amped that we've made it 3 in a row.
Yeah.
More so proud of myself because you've always been ready.
Thought?
You've always been ready to go. It's kind of me
yeah.
that kind of fucked it up, but I don't know. It's been good, so we'll decide something for next week, I'm sure. Are you open to bi-weekly, or is it too much? Ooh.
No, I think
every day? Do you want to do this every day?
No. Dude, I still need time to draw. Like, but twice a week doesn't sound that bad. Like
it doesn't sound that bad because I did find myself like around Monday, like, man, I can really
Monday and Friday could be cool because then you have like from Monday to Friday you have time to watch some stuff, and then you
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm definitely open to it. Maybe we'll I don't know about this week, but we'll We'll talk about it off stream though, man.
Yeah, like if we don't see each other on Monday, then it's Friday.
All right. Well, Amon, good show, man.
Yes, it was.
Have yourself a good day.
You too, and everyone else out there. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.
Yes. Take care, everybody. All right. That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for the show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hey, Lusty, thanks for tuning in. Katie, thank you for hanging out. I think you've been hanging out for a while there, girl. And thank you to my cousin Chance for tuning in and dropping down some bits there. I appreciate it, man. And also, I got a new follow today, guys. Do you know how long it's been since I've had a follow? I don't think you guys know how long it's been since I had a follow, but shout out to Nicola1103 there. Nicola? See, this is why I lose follows. I get follows right away, and then I lose them because I say something stupid. But thank you for the follow. Thank you for tuning in. I know you came over from Amon Stream, so I appreciate the follow. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning me for Stairway to Cinema Episode 4. We'll be back maybe Monday or maybe Friday for another episode. In terms of me streaming, you know me. Who knows? We'll see, all right? Anyway, you guys have a great fucking day and a great weekend. Happy motherfucking Friday.